Give it like 10 minutes before we get hot and heavy.
Hangout on air is live. That's what it says.
Oh, so 10 minutes until I drop my pants?
Yeah.
On your channel, it's live on CODftwification.
I hope so. That's where it should be.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
No, it's on my channel.
Is
There
it
we
there?
go. It's live. We're good.
Yeah, make sure you moderate this chat, though.
Give it.
Hold
Two
on.
dislikes already. 2 dislikes.
Yes.
There we go.
Wow, that's
Fucking
amazing.
little stay-at-home dads. What's up?
Fucking faggots, man.
Welcome, Drew Games.
Bro,
Have a fun night.
You
Can
know,
someone send me a link to it? Because I can't find it.
Are you serious?
It's on your channel. Just go to your channel. It's right now. It's the first thing you see.
It's not there.
I'll DM it to you.
I clicked V.
JD, do that intro you were talking about doing. That was hilarious.
The circle of arrogance.
Wait a minute. Let's more people getting here. Hold on. How many people watch?
12 viewers.
Bro.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got Captain Paul with us today. We got the one and only Eddie the Chump. We got Sneako, Biblical.
what up?
And
All right,
T-Bet.
there we go. I don't know why I can't.
I sent you the link, dude. It's on your own channel and you can't find it.
I got it right now.
See, my tweet, I made fun of you. I was saying that T-Best doesn't understand the internet. Which is why we're late. But here we go. We're live. I'm going to go tweet the link. Let's get at least 150 people in here. We got a good show planned.
Second episode of COD State of the Union.
Where's Tina's tight asshole?
Get on in
Other
here.
JV team is a bunch of winners.
I'm liking this right now. Gotta boost up my own ego here.
All right, so we got a bunch of topics today. We have talking about, you know, the one and only Drew Games, the legend, the man, the myth.
Harasses teenage girls.
We got that. We got Advanced Warfare to talk about. I talked about that with Eddie and Frito and Schwantz yesterday on their podcast, but I think we're going to elaborate more on that now because I was talking to T-Bets and JD and Reaper, and they said that they don't like it. They said that they're not huge fans of it. I would personally like the game, but we'll get into that later.
No,
I'm
I
gonna
just
give the game a chance.
Good.
I'm gonna give the game a chance, but I have no hope for it.
Did anyone call the police before this in case anyone tries to swat anyone?
Don't worry, the army's standing by.
I'd like to see them try and swap me, like 3,000 miles away.
In the UK.
For one podcast, guys, remember where we breed a circle of arrogance.
Some freaking loser made a 20-minute video crying about me. Sound like he was about to go jump off a cliff.
A lot of people have come to me personally after last time's podcast and said that we are the ruination of the COD community.
Are we? That's
After
interesting.
last episode, after our first episode of COD Union, we got at least 30 response videos. I saw 2 podcasts completely just responding to this one. They were pretty hilarious, I will say. Not in a good way. So, you know what? We stirred the community. The first episode has almost 13,000 views right now, over 1,000 likes. It has a bunch of dislikes too, because, you know, the stay-at-home dads. Right now, this one already has like 5 dislikes or something. So it's going to be a fun time. We're stirring the community right here.
Stir the pot. We're going to fucking stir it some more. Add some salt and pepper. Nice tasty dish tonight.
Where's Jerry McBiscuit? Get in this chat.
Leroy McChicken. Where the fuck are you, faggot? Waiting for you. How many fucking JD accounts you going to make tonight, huh?
JDfromNY is by far my favorite one.
Egg D from New York. How many you got, bro?
Where's T Loser Bets?
Yesterday, I was streaming a few days ago, and JD and Reaper were watching, and Drew Games OP got banned, even though I told the mods not to ban him. So I made an account called T Loser Bets,
And then he was harassing me.
saying the same fucking insults the entire show. Like for 45 minutes straight, everyone's saying, like, dude, just think of something original. He kept on saying the same thing, just reworded with faggot and nerd a few times.
We all know he has a
45
million.
minutes.
We all know he has a million YouTube accounts because every time I launch a video, I get 6 dislikes every time.
Just refreshing your page just to call us nerds.
Who is this guy?
Drew Games, he's the one who was racist to me. He said, all right, this one was hilarious because he's the one who called me an incest virgin dogging a Chinese faggot with a little cock. And then later on that night, told me to apologize for being mean to him.
Who doesn't know how to use his iPhone correctly?
And then later in the video, like his next video, he called us buddies, not sarcastically. And then the next one, he called me a faggot again. And the next one, he called me a 12-year-old girl who still wets the bed. So this guy is bipolar, hypocritical, and literally one of the dumbest persons
I see the guy with the
I've ever
tats.
seen. He's the guy with the tats. Yeah, the guy with the covered in tats. He made a vertical video,
He likes to be
shirtless.
shirtless, yeah.
He said he was at work, but he's shirtless. Like he works in real estate, He's bragging about all the money he makes to me, bragging about a bank account, which I can't legally make money. I'm not old enough to have a job, and he's bragging about his income.
He said he was at work when he made that video. What kind of fucking job you doing shirtless with fucking that?
Wait, hey,
He's probably one of the guys at Hollister who's shirtless and like pointing into the door. He's one of those guys. No way you're a real estate agent if you're shirtless at your job.
Hey, he might just like you guys, though. Have you ever thought about that? He did a whole shirtless vlog for you. Maybe he's trying to, like, I don't know. Maybe he's
It's
sweet.
his mating call.
Exactly.
He subtweeted shirtless pics to me saying, "You mad nerd." I've never seen that in my life. After subtweeting his bank account, he subtweets.
Dude, he's 28 too, and he has kids. How did he make it this far in society?
He's so happy about showing off his physique, but his girlfriend wants nothing to do with it.
His
This
girlfriend
is crazy,
cheated on
right?
him and left.
To me, the crazy thing is that there's all this drama.
PowerPoint says, Jesus, you're still talking about Drew. Who gives a fuck? We do. He's a scumbag.
That's hard making.
To me, the funny thing is that this is all over COD, right? So this is all over, like, all the drama starts on
over
Twitter
jealous-
and
jealousy.
YouTube because we record. Right, let me just for the listeners,
Yeah.
we record games, right, and then talk over them. And this is the sort of shit that happens. This is what COD makes grown men do. Attempt to bully children and then have the child be probably 3 to 4 times smarter than you. At least, and go, bro, look at your life. What are you doing?
I spent the whole stream just talking to him directly, like, dude, why are you still in my stream? I blocked him on Twitter, yet he's
He
still.
was just harassing me in your stream chat.
He went to my stream to harass T-Bets
I
for
wonder
like
how long.
45 minutes.
I wonder how long he's been on YouTube. Does anyone know?
Longer than me.
About a year, because last year he started to harass me on my videos. Calling me shitty at COD and bragging about his 6K.
I'm Sniper Wolf's neighbor.
Yeah, listen to this. He was actually trolling me on Twitter, stating that he was Sniper Wolf's neighbor, and that he met Sniper Wolf in a club and she turned down the 9-inch cock.
Dude,
And then
what,
Sniper
what
Wolf came in
level,
the chat.
And then
what level of like self-delusion do you have to go through?
Actually came into the conversation because we didn't add her or anything, and she's like, "I never met this fucking asshole." My God. And then he's like, "Why you lying, bitch?"
He would talk to a woman
And he
like
said that white boy was his like cousin or something.
Yeah,
He said PewDiePie was his brother.
brother.
Everybody subbed to me. White boy's my cousin.
PewDiePie's from Sweden. He lives in my
Yes,
hometown.
how is he Swedish? That doesn't make any sense.
Adoption? Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe we could be taking the piss out of the next PewDiePie because PewDiePie started doing like how he started was like average COD commentaries.
He did
that.
commentaries too. Yeah.
Like
Over
that's-
Black Ops 1 on PC.
Like that's the basis of the biggest YouTube channel of all time.
That's pretty much all YouTube channels. They all started with shitty COD commentaries, and they kind of changed over time. That's like.
I don't think Jenna Marbles started with COD, but you know.
She started back in like 2006, right?
Yeah, doing the same shit she does now.
The thing that gets me is I wanted to always know where he got his closing like sentence from. Peace out, chocolates.
Katie, my iced tea just came out of my nose.
Your favorite Hershey's? I don't know. Does he work at a chocolate factory? I don't know.
Peace out, chocolates.
Does he deliver chocolate door to door like fucking Girl Scouts? I don't know.
Peace out, chocolates.
By the way, just to the people wondering, I said that I was going to stream this on my channel next, but my channel still isn't restored. I just got an email from YouTube that one more. I had 5 strikes, and I disputed 2 already. So if I get one more strike, my channel will be restored. Hopefully that'll be tomorrow, because YouTube is now responding like 20 minutes after I send an email. So I think this will actually come up tomorrow, but I've been saying that for weeks now. So, you know, I have 3 strikes only. I had 5. If I get one more, my channel's restored. And if they...
Yeah, but you can't be partnered until the other 2 are gone. Right? You
Yeah.
can't be partnered with a strike. So you get your channel back, but you can't post gameplay
Check your DMs, Reaper.
I
until...
can't post gameplay. That sucks.
Yeah, because you... Well,
I can
you can't...
just not monetize it. I don't have
Yeah,
to
you
make.
cannot monetize it, basically.
I don't really
Like-
give a shit about that, honestly.
No, that's fair enough. But like to keep your... I just don't want you to post it...
Because then
and
you get
then-
another strike.
and then
A
you get another
legitimate
strike.
strike for once. Because if
Yeah.
you guys don't know what happened, I explained this last show. I recommend. I've been telling people, just sending people to that link, because people go, "Why is your channel deleted?" It's in my Twitter bio. It's
I
in
don't
my
get
pinned
how
tweet.
Hold on a second. I don't get how Drew Games is forever on our minds when he sits there and harasses fucking teenage girls. He's that much of a fucking loser. That's
He
why
went
he's
after
always on
T-Bet's
my
girlfriend.
mind.
He went
Anyway,
after
anyway.
T-Bet's girlfriend.
Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. What did we come to? Right, this isn't the fucking Drew Games OP podcast. This is the fucking
It should be.
the podcast where we shit talk crappy games and, you know, act like man children. Or, in Sneako's case, children. So, what's the big subject today?
Advanced Warfare?
Advanced Warfare, yeah, we got
That's
a lot of
one of
time about that. So my channel's still terminated, and I'm going to briefly explain it here. Some random kid, I think it was a kid now, because I think I found his real account, and the Carl Schwartzen account, the fake name that he used, got deactivated by Google, which means that within time it's going to get restored. So it's a matter of time. It's taken a while now. Where I don't even, it's just, the whole thing is just, I didn't ever infringe any terms of service, and yet when I email them, putting all of my videos, telling them to restore it, they can only do one at a time for some reason. So after 2 weeks of this, I'm still not restored. I don't know why. And it's a little mind-blowing to me that still, like, I now have a human reading my stuff, and they can't just see it and realize that nothing was wrong and I didn't do anything.
Let me
After
moderate
all
this
this time.
chat.
You know, Eddie made a good point that you can't really get partnered with anything, and that shit takes a while to go away. Because I remember when I started Black Ops 2, my channel was pretty much based around Black Ops 2, and I posted single-player campaign on the day of release, and then copyright strike. That shit took about 7 months to go away.
Yeah, it takes 6 months to get rid of a strike, but if I can just dispute it because I didn't do anything. I can legitimately dispute these strikes and still get partnered pretty soon.
Speaking of partnership,
Really? Someone's already shit-talking Eddie.
Why they should talk?
I'd never heard of him.
STFU with your accent, fag.
Just for his benefit, I'd just like to ask him. I just want to ask that troll in the chat. When you slag off my accent, ask yourself
Jerry,
what language you're
STFU,
speaking.
you broke Jew faggot.
Yeah, exactly. He's saying, what language are you speaking? Our language came from them, so they're speaking it the correct way, and we're not.
So the next time you have a go at my accent, just remember,
You can't reply to any of this
you're
guy's-
the mutant. You're the aberration. Sorry, everyone else in this call is American. I actually have an American passport. That's actually quite funny, but that's
Because
another.
your mom's American, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty weird. I don't know how that works. But
Dual
Advanced Warfare.
citizenship.
Well, a lot of people were saying, speaking of partnerships, I mean, you know, we should really, I think, talk about partnerships because a lot of people are kind of misguided and, like, misinformed about partnerships. I've seen people on YouTube partner with Machinima at, like, 200 subscribers, and they're like, oh, my God, I'm going to fucking be big. That doesn't mean shit.
No.
It doesn't do anything. It doesn't help you at all. You don't get any promotion from Machinima.
No, you don't get promotion from Machinima. I don't get promotion from Curse. They're pretty much just an insurance policy in case anything goes wrong.
They just take your money.
Yeah. And
They
a
get a
lot
cut.
of people always ask,
People are complaining about the chat. Like, how do I fix that?
Fix what?
Fix the chat. They said that, like, the chat's all screwed up. How do I fix that?
It's not. It's fine. It's just not in the live stream
Well,
mode. It's fine the way it is.
Okay.
but partnerships, I mean, a lot of people always ask me particularly about partnerships. I would not partner unless you have at least 1,500 to 2,000 subscribers. It's not
2,000 is what I do. Because even if you're at 200, 400 subs, there's no point in getting partner. You shouldn't rush it. You should wait till you get a good offer, because at that point,
Get
you're
a
not going to
shitty
get any
contract
money.
anyway.
Yeah, like that's what I did. I'm stuck now. I have well, I don't have any subs now, but I have a channel that's hopefully going to get restored with 13K subs, and I'm making a decent amount of money. Not anything great, but I was able to buy this computer that I just got today. I just came back from I just got this because of YouTube money.
And a lot of things you got to take into consideration. A lot of these partners, they are contracted, partnerships.
For 2 years.
2-3 years. You got to find something that's no contract, because if you're unhappy, which I'm sure you will be,
Like me.
a lot of perks are in, they're not promoting you. You can leave at any time. With Curse, I can leave any time. That's why I partner with them. There's only one or two partners that don't have contracts. That was the main thing I was looking for.
Yeah, Overpowered in Somulus's network has that as well.
Curse has like the best contract or the best policies ever.
It's 90-10 split in Curse. Obviously you want to make some kind of money. Enough money to fucking go out and have a fucking few beers. But it is what it is. Curse is 90-10 split. A lot of these, Freedom, I think, is 90-10 split. I don't know what these other guys are doing, but anything like 80-20, 90-10, that's good. Like, Machinima is taking fucking 65% of your pay before even YouTube gets a hold of it, so you're making nothing. Shit like that.
And like me right now, I'm stuck with like the shitty Dutch network with only 10 partners pretty much. Last time when I had 200. And so now with my channel termination, if I was a full screen cursor, any big name where they have actual contacts at YouTube that can go right away, email them, and get this fixed, I can't do that. I'm pretty much doing everything myself. I'm doing all the termination. I'm disputing all. I have to find my own contacts. I'm my own network right now. All they do is give me 60% of the revenue.
Oh,
So
there
I don't
we
even
go.
get
Hold on. I
get.
might have just fixed the chat.
Yeah, I seen people talking about it.
Let me see.
Everyone said it was fine, but I don't know. People were saying it sucks.
There's comments coming through. Just leave it alone.
Not with my channel.
Yeah.
Full screen.
But
I can hear some echo. I don't know what that's from. All right, you guys want to get into Advanced Warfare because I'm itching to talk about that.
No, I think that there's a couple more things we need to talk about before we get into the games.
How about Reaper's new friend?
Which one?
A certain I don't want to say his name directly, but he was it's so hard to say it without just saying his name. You
Go
know,
for it.
Mr. Hypocrite.
Oh yeah. Our friend the hypocrite.
Oh, this
Came
guy.
into my stream. This guy came into my stream. He doesn't follow me, so he must have been refreshing my Twitter page, stalking and lurking on my stream because Beeper sent me a screenshot, and the dude was just watching my stream. I don't know. I don't even know who he was, and he's the one who shit talked me too.
So this is the thing, right? So anybody who does YouTube, right? If people start asking for DMs, follow for DM. You know, unless it's for something real quick, it's usually somebody skeptical, like you can't trust. You know what I mean? So let's be honest. That's the truth, right? I mean, if somebody's gonna beg you to follow them on Twitter, they usually either want a network or something to the fact. Well, this guy Steve, he used to follow me on Twitter way back in the day. He liked some of my videos, and then I basically what I did was I was just real busy doing my thing. You know what I mean? I had a lot of stuff going on. He kept asking me, and he would ask me like 3 times a day. So I just unfollowed him. I'm like, dude, I don't have time right now. And then 4 or 5 months later, he follows me again and likes a couple of my videos, and then asks me to follow for DM. Like I didn't even know who he was in the first place, right? And then I wouldn't, and then all of a sudden I see him all over videos running his mouth about me. It's crazy, man.
And then you have that other guy.
The problem with YouTube is you can't make everybody happy. Like if you're generally busy, that's not even happened with me. You actually have a life and you don't get back to people as soon as possible. Apparently you're an asshole. It just happens. It's like it's kind of ridiculous at times where like someone you don't even fucking know is like, oh, let's do a video. It's like, dude, I don't even fucking know you.
and that's the fucking,
Yeah, that's the problem. Unfollow people. If you spam links on Twitter, spam your videos and spam all these people telling them, hey, can you check this out? I'm going to unfollow you. It's as
Me and
simple as
JD
that. And these
experienced
people,
that personally.
So anyways, this is the big thing, right? He's one of the guys that called me, JD, T-Bets, we're the Thunder's JV team. And
You're
then
the stay-at-home dads.
wait, so they call us the Thunder JV team. I go on Twitter and I see him tweeting at Chaos Silencer, and right under like Chaos's new video for the day, he links his falsely titled video saying Advanced Warfare gameplay 3 days before it came out. And what was the title, T-Bets?
Reaper, but he's the one who came up.
Advanced Warfare Early Access gameplay.
Yeah, that was it.
He came up with the Thunder JV team. I thought he didn't come up with that.
No, he didn't
that was
come up.
some
He's
other
one
guy.
of them that calls us that.
Yeah, that was Drew Games' clan.
Dude, I've already gained like 20 to 30 subs already.
So one of the things was though, JD, he was another one. Who was that other guy that made the video? Frazier?
yeah, it was him.
How come it says Captain Paul has JD muted?
What? No, you're not muted.
It says it in the group chat, you do.
No.
Exposed.
What? Yeah, I can hear him fine.
I'm sick of Jerry's shit.
Sick of your shit, JD. All right, Reaper, finish the story. So this guy, we call him hypocrite because it's like he's doing exactly what he's accusing us of doing, but we didn't do.
Right. So that's the big thing. When people like this is one of the things that aggravate me. And me and Mr. Soldier we were playing some Black Ops 1 yesterday, and we were talking about this. And basically, what it was is that when people they get on and they say YouTube's a hobby and blah blah blah, and they don't care if they grow. That's the biggest bullshit I've ever heard. You don't do something. I don't care. I mean, maybe there's 1 or 2 people out there, but if you're doing YouTube, you're making content. You want as many people to see it. So when you start hating on other people for wanting that same effect, then you're just lying. That's all there is to it. You know what I mean?
It's all these people who don't get any subs and they don't get any feedback. They don't get any support. They always say, I just do YouTube for a hobby. So do all of us.
AKA they're
Just
mad
because
that they're
we're
irrelevant.
Yeah, just because we have some mild success doesn't make us like tryhards or whatever you call us. Because you're the one uploading twice as many videos as I am. I upload like every 3 days. I haven't uploaded for 2 weeks.
Hey, Hollow Point, if if the crying's getting fucking old, get the fuck out. Peace.
That's just random.
Not making you watch it, bro.
Let me explain something to you. After the first podcast, Drew Games' clan and a bunch of his goons over there that he hangs out with, that he talks to, that he supports, came to me on Twitter and started just starting an argument. They wanted to find an argument somewhere with me, so I made them look like shit. I was sarcastic with everything that they replied back to me. It took T-Bets 1 fucking tweet to fucking end their 2 hours of bullshit. Because they come and tell me, oh, you never tweeted a video at Thunder, why are you so successful, this and that. Thunder liked my shit because I didn't fucking harass him with fucking videos up his ass, okay? I didn't shove shit down his throat. He found me through other people. And I told him this with a straight face. So T-Bets finds one tweet where this guy that I'm talking about is tweeting Thunder his videos. He calls me dick right. The Thunder JV team. Meanwhile, he's tweeting videos to Thunder, and I come to find out he's liking T. Martin videos, he's liking Ali A videos, he's liking Chaos Silencer videos. What do you think that is? You're dick riding bigger YouTubers.
They don't even know you exist. They don't care about you.
You don't understand the term hypocrite. Look yourself in the mirror. You'll find yourself staring right back at you in the morning every time you're brushing your fucking teeth. A hypocrite. We're the fucking JV team. Let me tell you something. If I'm playing for JV, that means I'm a fucking winner. I'm not in AAA or AA.
I have got this funny story about this kid who, I don't know if you guys get this, but I get this all the time. This kid he's on Twitter, and he was like, one of these people, like, can you follow so I can DM you? And I was like, you can say what you want here because I've had some bad experiences in DMs, you know, whatever. And he was like, no, it's not like that. So, you know, I want to ask you something, and it's something personal that I don't feel comfortable about talking about on Twitter. And I was like, oh, you know, emotional blackmail, you know, smallest file in the world. But I don't want to be that guy that just says no to the guy who's, like, got a blade next to his wrist. So I follow him, and he DMs me, and he's like, yeah, bro, can you just, like, give me some advice on, you know, how do you get successful on YouTube? And I'm like, well, first of all, you're asking the wrong fucking guy. Like, if you want, like, true success, you know, why don't you go fucking hit up, you know, PewDiePie? I'm sure he'll be more than willing to help out. Not really. But so I want to exit this conversation as quickly as possible because there's nothing that I can say apart from being, like, really blunt. If you don't make good content, no one's going to fucking watch you. And there's no amount of advice that I can give you that's going to cover that up. And he was like, but I put loads of effort into my content and I post every day. I'm like, all of that's irrelevant. Like, and I took this opportunity where I felt a bit awkward and I wanted to escape to unload all of my venting about small YouTubers who think that just uploading every day and talking about the stuff that's happening at the moment fairly, like, inarticulately in a 10-minute video is putting effort in. I'm like, no. So I just, like, I dropped a truth bomb on this kid. I was like, ask you, what's your latest video? And he was like, okay, I'm watching it. I was like, would you watch it?
I give the same advice.
Would you watch your stuff? And he's like, well, you know, no, not really. And I'm like, well, why the fuck would you expect anybody else to watch it? Like, it's a harder sell. Like, you're the easiest sell ever because most people that get into YouTube are a bit narcissistic. They like the sound of their own voice. You know, and if you don't even like the sound of your own voice for 10 minutes, why the fuck would anybody else? So this kid was like, yeah, maybe I should go away, you know, like, and he was, I swear, he must have only been about, like, 15, like Sneako's age, and he was like, well, how do you find that USP, and I was like, USP? Oh, unique selling point. Why the fuck is this kid talking in marketing terms? Like, just like, if you can't come up with something that's just you that no one else can offer, you know, don't do it, because you won't get anywhere. Like, I want to be the next Ali A, T Martin / whoever. Is that train has gone, and you're about 3 years too late to get on that 2 million sub channel just by talking about COD, right? That is well and truly over. Like, unless you bring something to it, it's never going to happen. And I'm sure you guys get this question all the time. That's why I brought it up, because I'm sure there's people in this chat that will probably tweet at any of us, or like, you know, please follow so I can DM you. I just need your advice. And if you, the funny thing is, if you say no, like I have done, I'm like, no, dude, I'm not just going to follow some. I don't want to call them a random, but I don't know you. Like, you're not a friend of a friend. Like, you're not, you know, I didn't know Jerry before 2 weeks ago, but I met him through other people, so I have no problem following him. But if just someone just randomly tweets at me with, like, I don't know, 7 followers, 4 of which are their family, I'm gonna, you know, be a little bit hesitant about it. And sometimes on YouTube that makes you a dick, and I don't understand that.
Well, that's actually an excellent, you know, what you told this kid. If you could watch yourself and be okay with it, that's great. I watch myself all the time. I'm laughing at my fucking stupidity. If I can laugh at myself, that's great. I know I'm doing something right.
I watch my videos like maybe twice.
A lot of people ask me, dude, how do you get mildly successful? How do you get people to watch you? Be yourself. Interact with the people watching you. Put out good shit that you believe in, and people will watch. That's what I told them. That's all I can say.
My brother was watching one of your Mario Kart videos that I saw too, and there was one joke you made about a Mexican connection. It wasn't racist or anything. It's just a joke about burritos. He said, dude, that JD guy's really racist. Yeah. You made a joke about, you said, like, just you got a Mexican connection, you got pissed, like, what are you eating, a fucking burrito?
That's what people have been getting on my case about, dude, you're a fucking racist. Meanwhile, I guarantee you put these fucking clowns in a lobby, COD lobby with Mexican connection, let me see the fucking shit that they said. It's a nightmare. And then when I say it, I smile. So it's not like I'm fucking just sitting there with a straight face, you know, trying to be all fucking tough. I smile.
I think jokes of that like that are fine.
Mexican food. If I could be Mexican, I'd be Mexican.
Jokes like that are fine. You gotta find the barrier. Like,
seriously, Latina women are a good enough reason to want to. Let's be honest.
I know my girlfriend's probably watching. She's Ecuadorian, so.
Well, there you go. You got that shit on lock. Was it? Jerry sent me. Well, he tweeted out earlier. It was really funny. He was like, "So I once dated this black girl, and I put Dragon Force on in the car, and she was like, what the fuck is this shit?" I was like, "Listen," and I replied like that, being like, "Yeah, what the fuck is that? Black chicks better than Dragon Force." And he retweeted it. I wonder if his girlfriend watches his Twitter, because I bet she doesn't.
She actually replied to that. She's like, "Wow, that was random."
This is a funny story. I only know one Dragon Force song. One.
Music is my life, man. I gotta listen to music. I listen to music, everything I do.
Advanced Warfare time?
Yeah, let's talk about Advanced Lag Fair.
Well, I feel like me and Sneako are going to be like white knighting it, because Frito's not here, right? So we've got to defend a COD game and be like,
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just going to give it a chance. I don't have any hope in it, but I'm not going to trash it.
I think it'll be a good game.
To white knight it. That's the fucking thing. I want to, but I can't. Why should I?
I don't think you have to. I don't think, because you're not on the Coke and Hooker gravy train in Germany, so you don't have to white knight it, right? You can do whatever you can say whatever the fuck you want. That's the great freedom of being irrelevant compared to someone with 500k. Like, that's the great freedom. I can be like, fuck Tina. Like, we can say that because we don't have a business relationship with them. But I'm just saying, as a fan, you know, like, if you guys want to shit on it first or say what you're worried about, then I guess me and Sneako are going to fucking white knight it. So whoever wants to go first, taking a massive shit on this.
You guys go first, since you already talked about it. I'm interested in hearing a positive side.
So basically,
I'm mixed right now.
Alright, so I'm going to give my decent opinion. I'll let you go right after this, Reaper. When I was watching the stream, the multiplayer reveal, I was not impressed at all. Mostly because I don't think they really showed what was good in the game well. They kind of pointed out the new features like they do every year, well, they didn't really point out the core, what this game has to offer and how it's fast-paced. All they just want to shove verticality down our throats. And I told Eddie this in the podcast yesterday. Someone made a Twitter account designed around just screenshotting when they say verticality about Advanced Warfare. They said it that many times. So, personally, and then I saw some gameplay. I watched some of the MLG teams play, all the people they flew up for free.
Yeah.
And, you know what? I was kind of impressed. I was kind of impressed because I like the flow. I like the smooth feeling. And what's different about it from Titanfall is that it has the customization. It has the longevity that Call of Duty always has, except for, you know, Ghosts that we're playing now. And the jumping ability that's in the game is not going to ruin it. It's not going to change it too much to make it not a Call of Duty game, but it's enough to make it a little fresh, to make it faster and have the verticality that everyone's promoting. So in general, I think it's going to be a good game. Like as a base, it's going to be fun.
I
and
agree.
that's all I care about. If you don't, aside from the flying IEDs, aside from the no dedicated servers, aside from the no theater mode again,
Let me ask you
it's gonna
guys.
be fun.
I want to get Paul in it because Paul hasn't said much about this. You guys don't think it's merely a continuation of what Black Ops 2 should have been? You don't think it's Black Ops 3? Because to me, before you guys go on, I honestly think Sledgehammer like fucking snuck into Treyarch Studios and stole the blueprints off Vonderhaared's desk, and this is what Black Ops 3 was going to be.
I will admit that there is a striking resemblance to not only like the graphics and the medals and things like that, the way that the characters move and the sound design is a bit more cartoony than an Infinity Ward game. And I do, you know, let's not fucking beat around the bush. It's very clearly influenced by Black Ops 2 more than any other COD. However, I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. I mean, for people who know my channel, they know, like, there's clips on my page that you can go and watch of the ridiculous shit that happened to me while playing that game. And I had a terrible year during Black Ops 2. It's actually probably the first year that I really started to get down on COD. But I think that Black Ops 2 is a very well-designed game. I just don't think that it works. You know, like, and I worry about Advanced Warfare in the way. There's loads of things I like about it. I'll just quickly go over what I like about it. I really like speed in games, and the faster the movement is, the wider the skill gap, and I'm okay with that. I really like games like that. I was really good at Titanfall, like really, really good against other human players, and I think that the same might be true in this. Now, the dedicated servers issue is obviously Activision are just being greedy. I don't think that Sledgehammer or any developer of a COD is ever in control of that. I don't think they're in control of the implementation of hardware that the publisher would have to fit the bill for. So I don't think it's Sledgehammer. However, I think you should be playing this game on next gen, and the connections on next gen are better. They are. They're just better. There's no two ways about it. The Xbox One, connection on Ghost is better than the 360, and I think that will carry on with this game. So I don't think it's as we've all played CODs that weren't on dedicated servers and had a great fucking time. Let's be honest. There's a reason why we love COD, and I don't think that's necessarily the biggest issue in the world. But I could be wrong. You know, if there's dedicated servers in the competitive league play playlist, you play that.
Compare your gaming sessions to COD, and then when you play Battlefield 4. I've never complained about a problem on Battlefield 4 with connection. It's always some other bullshit. Someone's sitting in a fucking bush sniping, or just sitting in the corner. That's the only thing I complain about Battlefield 4. Other than that, I've had a fantastic time. I don't understand why Activision doesn't consolidate where COD is supposed to be. With Advanced Warfare, it should not be on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. I don't give a shit.
I agree with you.
They should put it on PS4, Xbox One, and PC, and fuck the wait. You know, because a lot of people tell me, why does Destiny have dedicated servers and Activision won't do the same thing for COD? Why?
I think because they're expecting lower player numbers in multiplayer. I think, honestly, like, first of all, the important clarification about the dedicated servers in Battlefield. There are dedicated matchmaking servers, but the hit detection is all client-based, so it is actually peer-to-peer. So the game environment and the level is loaded on a server, but all the traffic between players is peer-to-peer. So they're not actually like what you would consider a true dedicated server. So, I mean, I think it's incredibly hard to tell in Battlefield what's connection and what isn't, because the time to kill is generally a tiny bit longer, and the way that the characters animate and stuff like that. So I think it's actually harder to tell when you get absolutely bullshitted on. Whereas in COD, everything's so simplistic. It's incredibly easy to notice, you know, when someone's facing like 180 degrees away from you and you unload like 5 bullets in the back and then you're just instantly dead. Like, that's obvious. But in Battlefield, it's not so obvious. But I do think it exists. I don't know. I really hope the game fucking works, because I was watching the pros play today on a stream and they were playing that new like griff ball, and I was like, shit, man, this looks fucking fun, man. Like, this looks really fun. Like, and it was a great bit of sense of humor in this developer, because when you throw the ball through the thing, you get 1 point, right? And if you jump through it, you get 2. But when you throw the ball in, the medal that you get for doing that is called DDoS, which I thought was amazing. I was like,
when that happened.
yeah, these guys are clued in to gaming culture, and that, you know, that gives me hope. Now, I think everyone who's negative about it is probably thinking, you know, they've got a ghost taste in their mouth. You need to wash your mouth out of that pile of shit. I was watching the trailer and going, this is going to be a million times better. Like, can this just be out now? I don't want to play Ghost ever.
Another thing with me though is I've seen other videos on YouTube where the main menu is the same Black Ops 2 sound. It looks like Black Ops 2. It feels to me from watching it looks like Black Ops 2. I haven't played it, so I don't know if it actually feels like a Treyarch game, but it just makes me scratch my head about, was this game really developed for 3 full years? It doesn't look like it to me. It literally looks like they took 60% of Black Ops 2 and just came up with the random bullshit that they're putting in the game. That's what it feels like to me. I don't know. I don't think there's a lot of thought process behind it. I'm not one for speed like you. I like speed, but not to the point where they got all these other fucking attachments and perks and exo abilities where it's going to make you completely, you know, the flesh. That was the downfall of Black Ops 2 and Ghost. I can't stand that. I can't stand that. I don't know.
No, I think with Advanced Warfare, if you're a traditional Call of Duty player, if you've been playing the franchise since like first Call of Duty, I don't know if you'll like it, because I think Advanced Warfare takes such a leap into a futuristic shooter, which I think Black Ops 2 kind of went half and half. They want to go to the future, yet they stayed with a modern type shooter. I'll give Sledgehammer this, and probably one of their only credit is they're one of the only developers to actually have the balls to go completely futuristic. Do I think it's a ripoff of Crysis? A little bit of Killzone, Titanfall, people keep saying, but there's been numerous games that have the double jump, the mech suit, all that bullshit. I think it's going to be a great game, in my personal opinion. I think it'll probably be like an 8 out of 10 as an FPS, but for me personally, as a Call of Duty player who's been playing it for like years, probably 2 out of 10 if it's just not what we're used to, and I think a lot of people are going to have a negative reaction to that. Like, I get it. They kept saying over and over again, vertical, and the fast-paced gameplay. But we've all seen that, like with Ghost and Black Ops 2 with the trailers. Like, oh, it's really fast fucking pace. Like, no, it's not. Like, COD Ghost is it was slow. Black Ops 2 was fast. I'll give it that. But it's not going to be as fast as it was in that trailer. Did you see that shit? You see the like the two?
Yeah, they have professional people who are designed to make it look amazing.
Don't interrupt me! Don't interrupt me!
What is going on?
Did he just leave? What was that?
What, dude? What just happened?
I don't think he likes being interrupted.
What just happened?
He didn't get pissed off because he didn't have enough time to talk? What happened?
What just happened?
This is so random. It like woke me up. I was about to like fall asleep.
Jesus Christ, that scared me. Like a cocaine rush. Holy shit.
DM him or something. I don't know what.
Sent him a new link. He's not coming back.
He left the group chat and everything.
He still has Jerry muted.
What I was talking about. I was gonna say I like the score streaks, but he fucking.
Dude, my cheeks hurt. What happened? Did somebody say something to him?
I think Sneako interrupted him. I don't think he
pissed
likes
him
it.
off. That's my fault.
I'm in shock.
Number one rule of broadcasting, Sneako: don't spook the talent.
Let me call.
Was like all chill. I mean, he just flipped out.
Or you want to get into the? I wanted to kind of talk about the Mr. Goosebuster and the whole the trolling thing that changed.
Goose made the news.
Okay, I'm gonna explain the story right here. So you all know that Robin Williams committed suicide. And you all know that there's a whole, like, they call themselves the militia, or aka the keyboard warrior people on Twitter. All they do is they troll. They just, like, say stuff that, like, to me, I find funny, but to a lot of people, they get offended. To me, what they did here went too far. A lot of people probably don't know what happened. But this guy, Mr. Goosebuster, I've been following him for a while. Him and this other, I forgot his name, like Pimp Gaines or something like that. They went to Robin Williams' daughter named Zelda Williams and started saying, like, oh, you ugly whore, it's your fault that he died. Stuff like, in like 4 tweets they said that. Zelda Williams, after her dad committed suicide. So she's saying it's your fault, and like they put pictures, and to me it went way too far, considering you're going after the daughter. I don't know, T-Bets, your keyboard is so loud, but
I'm sorry.
he went after the daughter, and that was too far. And then she tweeted out and told people to get these people suspended, and they did. They ended up getting their accounts suspended, and a lot of other people even associated with them suspended as well, including not me. I don't know why, because I saw those tweets and I subtweeted him. I corrected him because he spelled Daggett wrong. He wrote Daggett instead of faggot. I didn't really know what he was doing, to be honest. I don't know what happened. I didn't really put 2 and 2 together that Zelda Williams is Robin Williams' daughter. So they ended up getting suspended, and Twitter changed their policies about a lot of things. So Goosebuster, this guy I've been following for a while, changed how Twitter is going to suspend people. This made Washington Post front cover. This made Yahoo front cover. This was on national news. Like, I think T-Bet's mom even saw it and asked him, who's Mr. Goosebuster?
Yeah,
and
she's like,
yeah,
who's
I know
Mr.
who that is.
Goosebuster?
Like,
I'm
I know who that
him.
is. This guy had 800 followers, and now he was trending on Twitter for a little bit. So it's insane. Basically, what happens now, trolling like this, people have been doing this all the time. I saw in the post they had El Presidor. They're talking about El Presidor. These people, all these people who were like the militia, and so these people, they're really cracking down on these people. So Twitter is completely changed because of these 4 tweets. Because now finally they went after a pretty white girl, a celebrity, and people take it seriously from there. Beforehand, nobody really cared. So this is really, like, this is a big deal. It's kind of weird because we were associated with these people, like T-Bets and I at least.
Good. I'm glad they got fucking caught and suspended and taken.
I wouldn't say that I was like associated with him, but I knew exactly who he was.
Yeah, we knew who he was.
Yeah,
So,
they
Crazy.
went over the line on that one, dude.
they went really past the line. It was too far. And
But it's sad that it takes this much for them to actually do something, like for Twitter to actually change their stuff up.
well, because
It's
when you
sad
go
that it
after a
takes that
celebrity,
much.
and their whole fan base goes nuts, then they give a shit. Beforehand, if you go after me, if you make an account called TheSneak0 is a faggot, which has happened, no one cares. If you go after someone famous, then they end up caring and they end up giving a shit, and they actually do change things. So
I don't know if you can have a problem with that. I can feel the chip on your shoulder. Oh, they went after some pretty young, rich white girl and everything got changed. Like, no, like they did something high profile. They did something that you can't complain when they do something under a big spotlight and Twitter sees it and goes no. Right? Because the truth is that they can't monitor every tweet to some tiny random. Not that calling you a random, but like they just can't. And they're stupid for doing it to that person at that time. But, you know, it's just against my fucking taste. They shouldn't fucking do it in the first place. What a shitty thing to say to somebody.
yeah, especially like right after that happened. Imagine being in a situation.
Like, fuck them. Sorry, but fuck them.
This is going to get a little dark, but I think I want to talk a little bit about this. JD has a personal story that he might talk about. It's pretty dark, but Robin Williams committing suicide and suicide in general, personally, I have a hard time feeling sorry for someone who commits suicide.
I don't at all.
In some degrees, it's if you're like being bullied at school every day and you go home and you just can't take it anymore. But if you're someone like Rob, if you're someone fighting depression, it seems like this sounds bad, but it's somewhat of a cowardly move. And people have said this. Rush Limbaugh said that. He said that Robin Williams did it because he's liberal, because this guy's extremely conservative. But if you are at a stage where like you have millions of fans, you have $50 million in the bank, and you have many, from a third-party standpoint, I can't judge him directly because in the end, I don't know what he was going through. But from a third-party standpoint, it's pretty hard to believe that someone like that would take his own life.
Well, you got to understand the stress he was under. I mean, we don't know, and
we don't know. Yeah, we don't know the full story, so I can't.
I think it's always right. I think it's always safer to err on the side of compassion rather than judgment. Especially when someone takes the ultimate action of just completely ending their suffering in the most final way you can. But you know,
I mean, I couldn't do that to myself. I don't see myself ever being brought to that, judgment. But like today, we read on Yahoo. I read it on Yahoo that Robin Williams was suffering from the beginning
Parkinson's.
Parkinson's.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going through his mind to the point where he wanted to just end his life because he couldn't really cope with that. He didn't want that to be out in public. And I don't side with his decision. I really, I'm not going to say anything based on his decision because, I almost seen that firsthand, that someone took their own life. And, I'll talk about it in a second, but what do you think, Reaper, about the whole Robin Williams situation?
Dude, it's sad, dude. I mean, I don't know what to say about it, to be honest. I mean, everybody has hardships in their lives, and I can't relate to his, you know what I mean? So I don't even know what to say.
The thing is, his wife was actually saying that he was sober. He had no alcoholism problems whatsoever.
It's usually the most happy people, or the people that seem the most happy.
He had a lot of status. But this guy, for me, people rely on him. And, for me, I grew up watching his movies. I grew up having, Mrs. Doubtfire, Patch Adams on my VCR, rewatching those movies all the time. Good Will Hunting is my favorite movie of all time. What's ironic is that all his roles are about overcoming loss. And overcoming Patch Adams is all about treating people with happiness rather than with medicine. So his entire career has been kind of dealing with that, and then there's even a Vine of him saying suicide is a permanent solution for a temporary problem. And then it's so ironic because he took his own life. And he's got to be going through some dark shit. I don't know what was going through his mind, but for me, I can't see why or what happened. But I personally can't know. But
he was in his 60s. The thing is we don't know. We don't know the entirety of Robin Williams, right? So we see an image of him that we either empathize with or find funny or anything else like that. But we don't know how many times he did overcome these things, because when you're dealing with depression and other mental illnesses like that, it's never over. Sorry to say, for those of you out there that might be suffering from it, it's not a thing that we can solve. It's not a fixable problem. We can't just deal with it, right? It's not like a cancer that you can cut out and you go into remission. It's not like that. We don't know how many times he won that battle in his own private world, and this time was just like, no, actually, I don't want to do this anymore. And I can understand why people call it cowardly. Oh, what the fuck's going on?
Captain Paul's back in.
What's going on?
Why do I see a fucking wooden wall?
It's just a wall. This is not the same background.
What is...
How do you get back here?
Paul!
When there's only 30-inch cocks everywhere. I love them all! With his glorious 30-inch cock of platinum.
What the fuck?
It's Papa Thunder! Papa Thunder! Oh, here we go.
My children. Kisses back. Kisses back. How are you doing, my children? I see Eddie can't contain himself. Sweetie. Are you speechless, my child? Come here.
My cheeks are hurting.
Come hither.
Papa Thunder, take him out, bro.
I think some bitch busters going on tonight.
Who are we going after
My
first?
children. Who am I going after?
Covered Drew game. Stay Mad Nerds, where he told us he didn't want to go into the drama.
You know what I want to talk about? Papa Thunder, listen to me. You know what I want to talk about? Why don't you talk about this Jay Nasty situation where he was all fucking... He was just so upset because he was playing for charity. Meanwhile, he didn't want to fucking look like a loser on.
I think it is a punched. A bitch never. Do you understand?
It's like whacking the stream.
What the fuck?
So you want my opinion on G Faggot? Is that what you want?
Yeah, talk about him not want to be a loser on stream when he's playing for charity?
See, you know the story of the history between me and J Nasty, right? Everyone knows. The glorious 30-inch cock of platinum thrusted right through his ass cheeks. And a day, I had to make him my bitch one day. He talked out of turn. You never speak out of turn to me. So I bent him over, and I made him squirrel like a bitch. That's what happened.
So, Papa Thunder, I know you've had a lot of beef with some people on YouTube. They're not liking this.
They're not liking this?
Remember iFly?
The left side of my ass cheek. And they can just fucking look at it. It's glory. iFly with the guy who lost his job to the Air Force because he fucking beat his mate on a gay guy's face? That guy? iFly. Don't even get me on that.
I don't even think I need to do it.
So what do you want, my children? Ask away. Papa Thunder is always there for his children. Questions on life, sex, my amazing 30-inch cock of platinum. That just thoroughly fucks those bitches. JD, you're first.
What do I want to ask you? I don't know what I want to ask you.
Yes, yes.
That's very intimidating.
You should have questions. What? You should have questions for me at all times. I am what you want to be in life. I am the alpha male. I am what everybody looks up to. Are you sure you have no questions, Jen?
I have a question.
Eddie,
Come here, Eddie.
What is that? Is that all? Is your hair all natural? Is that all yours?
Is my cock all natural? Of course it's all natural.
Jesus
Faggot.
Christ.
Next question.
You have to raise your hand to ask a question.
I got a
Opinions on
question.
Drew Games?
Drew Games.
Okay.
You guys had a
Drew
pass,
Games.
Papa Thunder.
Wait, who?
You
Tatted
and
White Boy.
Drew Games had some. Oh, Tatted White Boy. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, but he's so relevant, I don't know who he is. I don't know.
Too
Oh,
irrelevant.
wait, you're speaking about the gay boy that did, like, half-naked pictures and shit? Trying to attract me? Even though I don't swing that way? Someone with half-naked thing. Wait, didn't you send gay porn to each every one of you? Isn't that right, Sneako? Didn't you send
That's
naked
correct.
pics?
He
Yeah.
subtweeted me
They talked about
pictures of him shirtless to prove his
No,
male
he-
dominance.
He also sent you dick pics, right? Because he thought you were cute?
A few, yeah.
Hmm.
He slid into my DMs, sent me a few pics, and then went south from there. That was it.
Well, as the tatted white boy, he's a lonely existence with, he's, how old, 50 years old, living in his mom's fucking apartment and loft. And didn't his girlfriend leave him or something? I'm pretty sure it's something of that manner. And I'm not exactly what else to say besides he is just a massive faggot that gets penetrated, and he is the pivot man during a circle jerk. That is basically his whole existence. He's just going to suck and swallow cock because he's irrelevant and he likes boys. And I have nothing against faggots. Hey, if you're gay, you can stay that way. But don't tease like Drew Games. Drew Games is a fucking joke. Because once I showed him this almighty 30-inch cock of platinum, he didn't want to play with the big boys. I bent him over, and I made him my bitch. I called him Sally. Sally, come here, girl. So every time Drew Games opens his mouth, just remember, that ass has been thoroughly penetrated. So don't take any harm or take any insult to such a sad and lonely existence. Anything else you need, my children. I'm so proud of all of you. Every single, especially you, BiblicalReaper.
No, we're good. Captain Paul.
Captain Paul. Who's Captain Paul?
We just need Captain Paul back. What'd you do to Captain Paul?
Who?
Who?
That irrelevant faggot? I don't know what happened with him. Well, okay, so, see, he looked at me the wrong way, and, you know, I killed him. He's dead. He's not coming back.
I killed him.
He's dead. He's not coming back. I could have slayed him with my dick, but he didn't deserve such a gay way to die. So there you go. He's dead. I am now Captain Thunder. Deleted my children.
What were we talking about before Papa Thunder made his illustrious introduction? Papa Williams.
Oh, a cheery subject like suicide. That's what we were talking about.
A cheery subject.
A cheery subject.
So, I actually had a run-in with, not me myself, but I was living in Atlantic City, New Jersey.
You are all faggots. I have better things to do. Fuck off.
There he goes.
Okay.
Oh my god.
All right.
Well, all right. So,
The best part was when he flipped out.
And he knows how to make an outro perfectly.
yeah,
Uh,
that went well.
I was living in Atlantic City, New Jersey, with my first girlfriend, my first real steady girlfriend, and we were living in a one-bedroom apartment. And I had just gotten a job at Starbucks. I was working as a barista, making cappuccinos and all that bullshit. 18 hours a day I was working. I was working doubles, like 5 days a week, and I would pick up an extra day off just to make them, ends meet. She actually got me a job because she got hired first, and we were both pulling doubles. We were hardly home, and as the months went on, the relationship went sour, and she started to go out without me. I was working my ass off. She would not be home when I got home. And this was like 3 hours of the morning, and she was working as a waitress somewhere else for a second job, and she was flirting with and hanging out with one of the guys she was working with. And after that point, it came to the fact where I found out. And the reason why she was cheating, or talking to somebody else, which I call cheating anyway, is because my band was starting to get big in my area, and she was upset that I was paying a lot of attention to the music and going home every Saturday, which I was going home every Saturday, but I would come home that same night, to hang out with my mother and, see the guys, practice, jam. So one week I came back, and I get off the Greyhound bus, I come home, and the bathroom door is locked. She's in the bathroom. I don't know what she was doing in there at the time, but she's like, I'm cutting myself. I'm cutting myself. And she had a history of suicide because when I met her, she had all these, scrapes and whatnot on her arm, visible marks on her arm. And she was telling me she was cutting herself, and I was like, you're bullshit, you're bullshit. And I had to break down the fucking door, and I broke down the door, and in the bathtub, she was, literally fucking with a knife in her hand, and she was fucking bleeding in her arm. I had to fucking rush her to the hospital. She wanted to commit suicide because that I found out that she was cheating, and she was upset about the relationship and the stress that was coming with everything that we moved. We moved to New Jersey and the jobs and all that. So I rushed her to the hospital, and she could have died literally right in front of me. And that was the first time, and the only time, thank God, I ever seen anything like that. But, I was dating a suicidal, woman. She had suicidal tendencies. And I really didn't know that until that moment. And it was very scary for me. And I didn't understand why she did what she did. I don't understand why Robin Williams did what he did. But that's my personal story about that. It was very, very, scary. So.
Basically, I got to correct what I said earlier in the podcast about suicide being cowardly. It's more that probably I don't understand it to the full extent because I can't really fathom that where people would get to the point where they're so depressed and so sad about their life that they have to just take it away. Because the way I see it, I'm a non-religious person. I don't believe in an afterlife. I feel like it's the one thing that you have, and taking it away doesn't really solve anything. If that makes any sense, you have to be at a certain level. You have to be mentally uncapable. Someone has an echo. I can hear it's pretty button. But
I don't think it's me.
I think it's Paul. But you have to be mentally not. You have to be not right in the head enough to take your own life. Which is it's a permanent solution for a temporary problem. That's the way I see it. And I think most problems can be solved no matter what mental state you're in.
I'm probably the only one in this call, hopefully, who has a personal story my older brother, who would be 33 now, killed himself, and he left behind a young son and a wife. He'd moved to Portugal years ago. We were close when we were growing up, but we sort of grew apart a little bit. But he did it, and when I tell people about this story, the first reaction I get a lot of the time is, "Aren't you angry at him?" And in all honesty, no, I'm not. I mean, the last years of his life were kind of tragic. He basically had like a psychotic break and became schizophrenic. So his entire world was just a shitstorm, and he couldn't function as a human being. Like he got to the point where he didn't understand the importance of washing himself. You know, that kind of like mental degradation. And he decided to do what he did, I think, because it was his only way out, and he saw it as that. And I don't know if he could be fixed, and I don't begrudge him doing what he did, because I don't think I could kill myself. I don't actually think I could be, I hate to use the word brave, but I don't think I could be brave enough to actually fucking do it. You know, I've been really unhappy in my life at periods. I'm not anymore. My life's great, but, you know, there have been times where it's been fucking shitty. But I don't think I could have done that, and I don't begrudge someone like that. You know, I don't begrudge my brother. I'm not angry with him. I completely understand it. And like I said earlier, I always feel it's safer to err on the side of compassion and empathy than judgment. And that's why I hate people like Rush Limbaugh, because he's a fucking cocksucker. He is a fucking cocksucker. And he'd say something like that at the time of Robin Williams' death because he wants press, right? So he's going to have this opinion and generate this firestorm because he wants to make this about him. He's such a piece of shit. And we shouldn't listen to those people. If you think he's right, you're a fucking idiot. Sorry.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who are milking.
About Robin Williams' death?
Yeah, he said that he was a complete coward because he's liberal, which is why he killed himself.
People on YouTube, I see them making videos just trying to get views about it.
That really
like
bothered
that one guy, Toby Turner, him.
Tobuscus, dude. He made a video, an 18-second video with an ad on it of him crying. Like, the thing is, okay, you can make a video saying sorry, but just making money out of it, trying to get publicity, putting R.I.P. Robin Williams, because it's in the search bar, putting an ad on that and making money off of his death is not right.
Very
and
obvious.
With every scenario. Like, the Fine Brothers did this. They did a Teens React video to the Sandy Hook shooting, and they put an ad on it. So they're making money off of a school shooting.
This is the thing. I don't know if they necessarily meant to make an ad. Like, I know with my network, it automatically does it. You can't non-monetize it. There's no way to.
No, you can. You can not.
Yeah, you can go to
monetize.
Not with mine. I can't.
I can't either. But why make the video in the first place?
Right. Well,
The Drifter video I made saying, pretty much, speaking my truth. But the second video I made, I didn't monetize that video. I just wanted to get my word out there.
See,
Nothing. And the video.
It might be network specific.
Yeah, because like Paul Walker was like a big, like when I was growing up, I made a video about Paul Walker when he died, and I know coming from, and I only had like 300 subs, so it's not like I was making anything anyway. I still don't, you know what I mean? But like he got me into cars, like that whole Fast and Furious thing, so I can relate, but there's a fine line too, you know what I mean?
It's like, but like the people, they milking his death. Like this guy made 3 videos and a response video to his own video, still putting an ad on all of it and still making money.
But people are going to do that, man. The internet is full of shameless, talentless, self-promoting fame whores. Like they say that most of the internet is porn. No, it's mostly absolute douchebags. Like that is most of the internet, most of Twitter at least, and most of like media. It's like people they're just promoting themselves when they do that. But it's so transparent to me anyway. Like if you make 3 videos about one subject and then a response to yourself. No. Come on, dude. No one's looking at that and going, what a well-reasoned approach. I should subscribe and like.
What's been bothering me a lot is when these React videos in general, like people who I saw React videos in general, like the whole concept, I think is kind of fame hoary and it's just spammy and the whole thing that people are just putting people in front of a camera and reacting to other people's work. That's the whole Teens React, all Kids React concept, is that they just make people watch what's popular, and then they get more popular than them. Just putting kids in front of a camera because kids say funny shit. I saw one video where Rebecca Black reacted to her own video from 2 years ago. And she made money off of it, and the video went viral. It's this simple thing that everyone's doing, and just, the things that people watch these days just pisses me off.
But there's like videos of kittens that I've watched. There's dogs, like, there's this one video of this like husky that talks. It doesn't actually talk.
I've seen that, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, wow, what the fuck? You know, acting all high. But I watched it, and I was like, I like dogs. I like animals. I'm going to watch this fucking video.
But that's the thing. It's original content. But these reacting videos are just taking someone's original content and putting them in front of a screen and recording them. So you're just literally recording someone watching something that's popular. Imagine if, like, it's the same concept with someone reacting to a movie. If you just recorded someone watching a movie and made a lot of money off of it. It's the same kind of concept. And that's one of the most popular things on YouTube, and nobody seems to see how, like, lazy that is.
That and the chat roulette videos, holy shit.
Yeah, the Omegle video. Though, it kind of depends. There's a line that draws them.
Oh my god, I'm dead. I'm done.
Was this literally just said?
Oh my
Holy
god,
shit.
dude.
Someone put the Giazzo in the comments, because Drew Games just tweeted, I'll read it out right now. Everybody, at Kensley, which is Optic Scum's girlfriend, Kensley cheated on Seth with me. I have the pics to prove it. All will be exposed soon. This girl's 16 years old.
Doesn't he know that you can get in trouble for that? He's an adult. He's 28. You can't prey on kids like that.
Kensley is 16 years old, and you're 28 with 2 kids?
I think he only has one kid, but still.
No, he has his girlfriend's pregnant. Well, his ex-girlfriend's pregnant with another kid. And so,
oh, really?
like,
I didn't know that.
He's...
This guy makes me very sad. Like, I don't have enough Sith in
Makes
me
me laugh.
to hate him. But it just makes me incredibly sad. Like, it breaks my heart. Like, it really does. It's pathetic. That's pathetic.
I find it hilarious, but that's just my viewpoint.
I would love to see the pics he has to prove it. I would love to see his shitty Photoshop of him with his arm around her. Oh, yeah.
And to top it off, let's not forget that she's a minor, dude. And he's
16 and he's 28, and you're bragging about...
what's the age of consent in that state? You never know.
That's California. Yeah, she's in California. So, it might be 16, but still, that's kind of low.
regardless, I don't care.
No, I know. I'm just joking. I wasn't being serious.
I
I wasn't like, yeah, like, tap that. Like, no, that's fine.
Tap that. Nah.
It's 16 in England.
Optic, speaking of Optic, what do you guys think about Optic Nate Shot being hustled for $150 on Twitter?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Yeah, I think it's just stupid on his opinion. This
kid, if you guys in the comment section haven't read that or heard about the story, Optic Nate Shot felt bad for a subscriber of his because Nate was actually tweeting out new Nikes that he got, green, for the upcoming competitions that he was going to be participating in. This kid tweets himself with a beat up pair of sneakers and says, "Hey bro, can you spare a pair of Nikes or whatnot?" Nate Shot took this guy's information, PayPal information, and forwarded him $150. So he went and tweeted, that he got $150 from Nate Shot, went out and bought some new Nikes, and then Keemstar actually uncovered that this kid was a fraud because on his Twitter page he was tweeting out new pictures of his 2015 Camaro. So he hustled Nate Shot, an MLG pro, probably the most known pro, for $150. Like, that made his fucking life.
2 things on that. Amen for Nate Shot, dude. That was a cool thing to do.
On
that kid, man.
That really opened my eyes to Nate and how how well of a person he is. Because I couldn't see myself doing that to a stranger. But if I had that kind of money, I was making that kind of money, I would do that in a heartbeat.
Well, yeah, he's making $500,000 plus a year.
Dude, like, it's like you could say that he's generous and stuff, but in a way, it's kind of idiotic that you'd randomly give that much money to someone. That you
No,
don't
it's
know.
not idiotic.
It turned out to be fake. It turned out to be fake, though. So you're just giving money to a random stranger on the internet who just says he needs the money.
It's a good gesture, but it's stupid on his part for trusting a rando on the internet.
I totally agree with Nate. I would have done the same thing if I were in his shoes, and it's shitty that he got shit on.
I probably would have too, but I don't know.
So you'd have to be some proof, like that's the actual person to pick. I don't know. I find that if you're gonna give someone $150, it's got to be a little bit more proof. Like, so what? Was it just one picture of a dude in like really shitty shoes, and then you just gave him all?
Still, that's nothing to Nate. He makes so much money.
No, yeah, but it's about print. I don't know. It's like it's a nice gesture, but it's kind of fucked over. It's kind of fucked up. People fuck you over for that, but I don't know.
And then when people who need it come to ask for help, they won't get it because nobody believes them.
Yeah, and the guy will get jaded. He'll never like do that again. He's like, well, fuck these people. I'm never doing that again.
Exactly.
That's just the way this COD community is, and this is a perfect segue into something I want to talk about, but I'm going to handle it with kid gloves because it's a sensitive thing.
Okay.
So, so I made a video on We the OP, and we uploaded it to the team channel or whatever, and somebody had commented on on the video saying it sucked, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to mention any names in this one, but so just because of the nature of what's going on. So said this video sucked, laugh out loud, and I'm like, sorry you didn't like it. And then something happened, a charity event happened. I donated to this charity event because I felt for the situation. And whenever you donate, you don't expect anything in return. And that wasn't me. I didn't even say that I did. I didn't mention anything, but I did. 2 days later, a video was made by that same person about me, slamming me and publicly. So I want everybody's opinions on this. I don't want to just speak on it, but that kind of hurt me. You know what I mean? Like that
pissed me off.
That kind of hurt me. Like literally. Like, and it's not even the fact that the donation was made. Okay, it was the fact of even after I got publicly attacked by that person, I buried that because somebody was in need. So I helped somebody out, and then I get a video made about trashing me. How does that make sense? How is that cool? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He turns to us for help. Like, he turns to everybody for help in this COD community, and then he turns around and spews garbage like that. Like, people just fucking helped you. Do you not have any, like, sense of fucking respect or whatnot? Yeah, exactly.
Right, even if you don't like me, just because I donate doesn't mean you have to like me. But it doesn't mean you go slam me afterwards either. You know, am I looking at this the wrong way? You guys, you know what I mean? More people on this, the better. It hurt me, to be honest, if anything.
Well, alright, you can go.
I'm just saying, like, it seems to me that the internet community is, if you expect fairness from it, you're going to be disappointed. Like that. I mean, that sounds trite. Like I'm just, throwing it out. But it's true. Like, you can't, just because you're good to somebody else doesn't mean that they're going to be good to you. That one does not follow the other. And the worst thing that you can do, this is no criticism of you, but the worst thing that you can do is show that you're hurt by it, because we should never give ourselves a hard time, because there's more than enough people out there who'll do that for fucking free all day.
Yeah.
Right, so you giving yourself a hard time about it, or being hurt by it, don't bother, because other people will give you shit for absolutely no reason.
Right.
And there's nothing you can do about that. Like, you're not in control of whether people do that or not.
Well, maybe the hurt's the wrong thing to say. It's just found it disgusting. That's the bottom line. Maybe I worded that wrong.
With a family and kids, and then he turns around and does that shit. Like, don't you have anything fucking better to do?
Right. Like, and it's more of the fact, like, it's not the fact that, like, I don't feel like I should have been exempt from anything. If you want to say your piece about somebody, go ahead. But at the same time, like, there's just some couth. Maybe it's just the way I think, and the way, like, if somebody helps me, like, with anything or does anything, I treat him back just the way. That's just me. You know what I mean?
You're right.
So,
I do
would
that
act the
too.
same way, yeah.
and that's why I wanted to bring it up with kid gloves on the whole subject, because it is a touchy thing, but at the same time, I felt like it needed to be said. You know what I mean?
Definitely did.
And that's what this podcast is about. It's speaking how you feel on things, you know?
Well, it's goes back to this. What I was thinking about. I was thinking about this earlier when I was playing online. I was thinking about the Mr. Goosebuster situation, and how people don't really care about people's feelings on the internet in general. Even if you get help, even if you get paid, even if people are donating to you, no one really cares, because you're still, at the end of the day, you're behind a monitor, you're protected by your keyboard, and it doesn't matter. In the end, for them, there's no repercussions. Nothing comes back to bite you on the internet in general. Well, this podcast is what we come here to do. It's a group therapy session. We can come vent our feelings, but in general, no one really cares. And that's just the mindset that I go into. That's why whenever I start talking to someone and I talk to them about my channel, or they want help, I always keep that in mind. And I try to get to know them first, so that they're destroying a relationship if they backstab me, like people are backstabbing you, Reaper. For me, I feel like I got to know this person before I really get into a relationship with them. That's not the greatest word, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, the problem with the internet is, though, like you guys said, you're behind a monitor. You really don't know these people. You know what I'm saying? They could be saying a ton of things right to your face, and then thinking 100 different other things behind closed doors. You know what I mean? You help them out, and this happened to me as well. It's like you help somebody out, and then for some reason or another, they'll just backstab you. That's just the internet in general. If there's somebody can fuck you over to get over on you and to, I don't know, get some type of gain out of it, they will.
That's why I don't help anybody. I don't.
I do help people. When I first found out about Sneak0, I helped him because
That's kind of different, though. Like, I'll help any of you guys in here, but I won't help some random person.
No, and neither will I. But I'll help someone who clearly either has talent or deserves it through acts of showing that they're like that. There's a cut-off point. I won't just help random people, and that's sometimes you take criticism for that, but really, this sounds so fucking pretentious, but this is how I feel about it. Is if people on the internet are listening to me and what I say, and they listen to it, then I better not feed them bullshit. So if I help some randomer and I go, this is good, and it's a piece of shit, then people are less likely to believe me the next time I say it.
I absolutely agree with you.
You know, it's funny, someone just tweeted after I've been talking about the React. Oh, what's up, Pico?
Pico, what's up, brother?
Some guy just tweeted after I was talking about the React stuff. The three videos are all the videos related to this are React videos, all from the Fine Brothers, and the tags have nothing to do with it.
Google, you fucking beast.
This podcast is a gaming podcast with 7 random people, and the Fine Brothers Teen React to Saved by the Bell is the related video.
I refreshed the page and I showed that. It showed that for me too.
Dude, it's fucking insane.
Dude, on every I watched Liam's or Weagle's, you'll know him as clips of the day today. When the video finished, it said on the recommended videos you might like to watch. It's just Minecraft. It's 9 Minecraft videos. This is a COD montage video, right? What the fuck has Minecraft got to do with that? Oh, it's under the umbrella of gaming, so therefore they're all the same. Yeah, I've never played Minecraft ever.
Me neither.
I had Lego when I was a kid. That was fucking cool.
Same thing.
So is it only me when I go onto sometimes I go on YouTube on my browser to check a recent comment or something, and below is all Minecraft videos all the time, and I accidentally hit the Minecraft video and it starts playing? Is that just me?
That happens to me too, and when that happens, Google, like YouTube sees that.
It
you
throws
clicked
in
the
more
video?
Minecraft videos.
They notice that you clicked the Minecraft video. Oh, you might like all these, and then they pile it down on you, and all your related videos are Minecraft now. This happened once. I clicked an anime video. To this
Same
day,
thing with GTA
I
5.
still get anime videos. I still get these Japanese and Korean anime shit that I've clicked on one by accident.
Minecraft's the worst, though, dude.
Speaking of which, I'm sorry to switch the subject on you guys, but the comment section is coming through now. Bori got skills, one of my guys. JD has helped me plenty with my TTP movement, and so have many others. Accord Racer Reaper's helped me a ton. He's a good dude. I don't mind helping people at all. And Bori, you know, I didn't know he had a certain blood condition. And I hope he doesn't mind that I'm talking about it, because he made a video about it. You know, I didn't know about that, and he brought it to my attention via Twitter yesterday. So there's only so much I can do for his channel and for the video itself. But what I did is I tweeted the video through DM to Thunder, and I'm like, bro, I don't usually do this because I'd never have, and I don't really stand for it. But I want you to watch this video from one of my guys. It's a video he made about his medical condition, and he wants to get the word out there. And Thunder said, no problem, dude. I'll like the video. All will be good. I don't mind helping people like that. He's a good guy. He's always supported me. Everybody that supported me and shows their support, I don't mind doing. You know, it's a little difficult for me to get videos liked on my end because of my new schedule and my job, but I've kind of kept my circle tight-knit. You know, I mean, you guys here are in the circle, everyone in this chat. You know, but it's very difficult, but I don't mind helping people. It makes me feel good. That's what I do. And the people that come to me and tell me, you know, dude, you're an inspiration for me starting my channel, that's the best fucking reward that YouTube can give me, because, you know, all through life growing up, I've never had people tell me that. They always look down upon me. Oh, you'll never make it in life. Your band fucking sucks. You know, you're not smart enough to do this, blah, blah, blah. You know, you'll never make the baseball team. Now I got people telling me, dude, you're an inspiration to start a wrestling chat or a YouTube commentary or a YouTube channel. That makes me feel good, man. Fuck the money. That's the best reward out of everything. And I don't care what anybody says.
And
you know,
Yeah, I agree.
that's
If I inspire you to do YouTube, don't fucking start YouTube.
no, it's an evil place. You got to keep your trust, you know, very close knit. You can't really fucking, you know, really expose yourself the way you want, because you really can't trust anybody, and that sucks. I like opening myself up to people. You can't do it. And
I generally find that, especially amongst like my circles, especially seeing as my stuff is comedic. Amongst comedic YouTubers that cover COD, there's sort of like there's a bro code, and because you're a comedian, you understand douchebaggery to a high degree, like, and you can spot it from a mile away, and everything's sort of open to like being mocked. A load of people, I don't know, no one else has done this, I don't think, in this call, but like I named myself Eddie the Champ on YouTube as sort of a signifier for those that could find these things, that I wasn't taking myself fantastically seriously. Like, I wasn't going to be like, these are my opinions about COD, and they're the gospel. Like, I was going to be comedic from the outset. And I still get people in my comment section being like, why did you call yourself Eddie the Chump? That's
Eddie
a
the
stupid
Marvelous.
name. Yeah, Eddie the Fantastic. But that's why I counter it with, I'm fucking sick, mate. Like, it's all a joke. Like, and amongst other comedians, I say comedians in inverted commas, but like amongst other comic creators, most of them are pretty fucking cool. Like, if you're a guy that learns to make fun out of stuff and be satirical, you're probably not going to be that much of a prick.
yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, I made a video about Advanced Warfare, which we'll talk about again in a second because I want to get Pico's opinion on it. But I made 2 videos on perks and attachments, and in one of those videos I said, you know, if you guys take my opinion seriously, if you value my opinion, great. You know, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to keep you guys aware. And my voice is nothing in the community. I try my best. You know, I put out videos whenever I can. You know, I'm not the best at what I do. And I even said that in the commentary. You know, I'm a nobody on YouTube, which I really am. I don't think of myself as anything. And everyone in the comment section, the guys who really have been loyal to me and watching me, dude, how dare you say that about yourself? It's true. I'll say it about myself every fucking day. I'm a nobody. But if people think I'm a somebody, then fine. That's fantastic. You know, those are the people that I've touched the most. And like I said, if I touched even one person doing what I'm doing, that's the best reward possible that YouTube can fucking pay me.
Yeah. I just like the fact that now I make stuff and people watch and enjoy it. Like that, I mean, the money is fucking peanuts. Like, it's absolutely nothing. But for me, the satisfaction is in writing jokes and seeing them go over. Like, that's a fucking, that makes me feel like Chuck Norris.
I told you, Eddie, I told you on Frito's podcast that, you know, I don't get excited really about anything. I'm a cold-hearted bastard. But when I see one of your rage videos in my sub box, and I'm sitting at work, I'll fucking save that shit for lunch, and that'll be the first thing I watch. I don't say that about a lot of people, and I'm not blowing smoke up your fucking ass. That shit is hilarious.
Thank you, dude.
I love it too.
That shit you did about the fucking new DLC where the guy was fucking researching snails, dude. I laughed so fucking hard. I laughed so fucking hard. My boss was like, "What the fuck you laughing at?" I'm like, "You don't know what I'm laughing at, man."
Yeah, it's so hard to explain because obviously, like, Zoe is like, right. Zoe watches my videos and she doesn't get a lot of the humor, so like she's watching it and going like, because she knows me, she finds me funny, which is great. But she laughs, and I'm like, you don't know what you're laughing at, do you? You have no idea. Like, you're just laughing because I said something stupid, or I did my virgin voice, or something like that. Like, when I write a joke like that, I mean, you know, drama alert, some of the things said in those rage moments, like, I've had a kernel of an idea before I've played of an insult that I might like to throw at somebody.
Oh yeah, I definitely knew that. There's no way you can come up with half the shit you say right on the spot.
But
like,
but it's about 60-40, so about 40% of it is sort of like I've got an idea beforehand, and about 60% of it is just me like on the fly. But you know, I'm not going to turn this into that Eddie podcast. But like, But I'll just stop there. Thank you for saying you enjoy it. I appreciate it.
I told you guys the way you guys do live times. I said this a few times. I don't know. I couldn't do that to save my life. I literally go into a game, play a whole game, use my environments, what I see, guys, gamer tag, what happens in game, and I just work off that. But the way you guys do it, I couldn't do that.
No, I reckon you could. Like, I don't think the first one that I ever did was very good, but like they got better, and I sort of understood like what. It's like anything with practice, like any videos that you do. I watched your live stream the other day, the best game that you ever had on Ghost, and you didn't think I'd seen it, but I was actually in your chat and I was watching that. But the beginning of the game didn't go so well, did it? No. And there was an amazing moment in it where you said something that was so naturally comedic. I was like, all you do, right, is you record for an hour or an hour and a half, and you make a 4-minute video, and everything in it will be fucking gold.
Yeah.
Like, and that's it. It's just time. It's like when I do like my rage videos are like what 4 minutes, 5 minutes. I play for an hour and a half. Yeah. And I'd say loads of stupid shit. And some of the time, you don't know how many good insults I've fucked up midway through saying and been like, fuck, I can't use it because I sound like a retard. Like I left one in, which is the one where I was like, it was on. On Tremor, and I go up to the photographs on the level, and I'm like, "Is this you, Tina? Is this you, Mark Rubin?" Like, because they're missing, because they haven't. But I fuck it up, and but I left it in. But there's so many of those that I just like, motherfucker. I wish I hadn't fluffed that line. You know, if you did that, you could make rage videos, and they'd be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Because you did it in live stream, like you did it completely off the cuff, and it was hilarious.
I personally think doing live videos like that is really close to stand-up comedy. And that's part of the reason I started doing it, is because I want to get practice for it, because I think I want to try open mic one day. And if you think about it, it's almost the same thing. You're speaking on the fly, you're just making stuff up as you go and using your environment as comedy. And I think Gamer Rage, your series, is pretty much almost the same exact thing, just with the game in front of it.
You know, a lot of YouTube, and I don't know if you guys feel the same way, because I work in sales. You know, I've been selling, you know, Rolexes and fucking high-end watches all my fucking, you know, for the last 6 years. But, you know, what I do on YouTube and the way I talk, and especially when I do shit like this, that's an easy transition to my job where I can talk to people a lot easier, you know? You know, I feel a lot more flow to the conversation. I know what to say. You know, I'm thinking ahead about what I'm going to tell this guy. You know, everything that I do from YouTube actually can transition into real life, which is nice. You know, it makes me a lot more comfortable with people.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean,
I can't say half the shit I say on YouTube to people.
Well, no, I mean, if I said half the shit I did, I wouldn't have a job. No.
Like drink bleach faggot. No, I couldn't say that.
Or if
Nice
you're
day.
Prez and you tell the cop to get cancer when he pulls you over.
Great.
Might be good for you, JD, but for me personally, not much transition. I couldn't.
License, registration, fetch cancer.
Well, now that we got Pico in here, Pico, give us your opinion on what you thought of Advanced Warfare.
Since I'm a fan of Titanfall, I'm kind of interested to see what Advanced Warfare plays like. So
It's what Titanfall wanted to be.
yeah, it's what Titanfall should have been, according to a lot of people. But you know, I know a lot of people out there are not into the whole futuristic Call of Duty. Which at this point, we need to realize each studio isn't making a Call of Duty title. They're making a title. They're making their own idea of what they feel the Call of Duty name should be. You get what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah. So like, okay, and Titanfall was boring because for one, like you were fighting bots most of the time, especially like in the attrition playlist, and there wasn't very much customization because people like to play dress up on the internet, especially in their video games. That's why The Sims is very successful. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people like to do the same thing in first-person shooters. So they give it to us in COD, whether it be with gun camos or character skins that we can't even see, you know, things like that. So this is the way I see it. Titanfall failed because of the fact that, you know, there wasn't that much player versus player action. Most of the time you were just killing aimless bots or whatever, right? But now that you're going to have some of those same mechanics in Advanced Warfare, I think it's going to create a lot of problems because people are going to cheese, being that there's going to be a lot more of a risk of dying with all this new types of equipment that's been given to everybody.
What are your concerns? What are your concerns, and what are your positives about the game? Like, what are you most concerned about, and what are you most looking forward to?
You know, I mean, like this typical like lightweight cloaking, you know, that type of thing, and that attachment that you had talked about, JD, in your video, where even if you have a silenced weapon, somebody will still be able to see
Yeah,
you.
you guys may not know this. The parabolic microphone is going to actually counter a suppressor. So if you have a suppressor on your gun and someone's running this parabolic microphone, you will be able to see that person on your minimap.
That's awesome.
The potential that could be game breaking. I don't know about you guys, but
I don't like the idea of that at all.
I think this will make the game a lot more. I think people getting big streaks won't be that.
well, not only that, but it's gonna make people play smarter. You know?
Yeah.
AKA not move.
No, it's gonna.
That's a smart thing to do.
Well, we know that. But
I think it's going to be very difficult not to move in this game. I think it's going to be, if you favor speed and agility, it's going to be the exact opposite of Ghost, which is why I got like a semi on, because I fucking, you know, I've made this joke so many times, it's almost a cliche now, but like marathon and lightweight are not perks, they're disadvantages in Ghost. Like you're voluntarily shooting yourself in the dick if you take those perks. But I think if you favor that playstyle in this game, especially with double jumping, especially with like lateral boosts, so, you know, like Power Stalker, you know, like if you favor that, I think you're going to do better. But there are concerns about the game. Like, no one has seemingly mentioned this yet, is that in every kill streak, you know, you can customize your kill streaks. The last one, the most expensive one, says support on every kill streak. So every lethal kill streak in the game can be support if you pay enough points. And if I get killed by a support chopper gunner, I'm going to be rustled.
yeah, but we don't know what that actually means. A support chopper gun. Like, what is it going to drop? Care packages?
Hold on. It's going to mean that it removes the death penalty. So your point streak continues, like support.
Wow, I see.
I mean, that's a guess.
I hope not.
Well, no, wait. I thought the addition to the kill streaks was, like, let's say you have that chopper gunner, or whatever it is that it's called in Advanced Warfare, and then there's different tiers within that chopper gunner that make it more expensive but give it more abilities. But I think those points just add on to whatever amount of cost that it already is.
True, but if
what I seen, Eddie's right. Any kill streak in the game can be turned to support. Now, if you do that, though, it costs a lot more.
Yeah. But, I mean, it could also be that, you know, they showed like a chopper gunner and a support teammate can join your kill streak and mark people out for you. That might be what support means.
No, that's called co-op. That's co-op.
Oh,
That's
is that actually, is that a separate thing?
Yeah.
Seems
Yeah.
weird to me like that. It seems weird how that works.
So this is my whole deal on Advanced Warfare. So everybody's been complaining that everybody wants a new Call of Duty. Everybody wants a new Call of Duty. They're doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think they've implemented a lot. Like I said, I thought they were going to make the maps bigger or, medium to bigger size, and they did. And now you move a lot faster, obviously. So that's a good thing, and it's not going to be slow paced from what I see. But we won't know until we get our hands on it. And the other thing is with this amount of movement, okay, in any Call of Duty, lag has always been an issue, and they're not going to put out the dedicated servers with it. That's going to be the big issue. We can't shoot people in Call of Duty Ghost half the time, or Black Ops 2. We can't even hit them when they're on the ground. How are we going to hit them when they're doing jumps and bouncing off? You know what I mean?
There were some instances in the gameplay that I seen that the jumping was a little crazy, and you can see how fast the character does move.
Yeah.
Double jumping and jetpacking out of the way. That's going to be my main concern. I'm not going to lie.
With the introduction of Stalker, when Stalker came into MW3 is when connection got funky, because with this old engine that they're running on, the Quake engine revamped 3,555 times, it can't handle the movement speed that these characters need to be at. So when you introduce Stalker, the connections aren't good enough to handle that kind of movement.
But the developers have been on record saying that there's a new engine specifically developed for...
That's not a new... It's the same thing, I guarantee it. Just like...
Either way, your inability to hit a fast-moving target means that to counter that, you need to be moving too. And that's the philosophy of the game. Now... Frito always goes on about people complain about COD because they think they're good because they played the game for years, but they're not playing the game that they're actually playing correctly for what the game is. And he takes the piss out of me for playing Ghost and trying to rush. He's like, that's obviously the stupidest thing that you could possibly do.
I do the same thing.
It's not made that way. It's made to use a thermal LMG in a ghillie suit. That is the optimum way to play that game. Right? And you trying to rush is stupid. Now, if you want to play traditional COD on this next game, I promise you, you will get shit on. And the same happened in Titanfall. And I used to play Gears 1, and I understand about moving and evading and shooting. And not a lot of COD players have that built into their psyche. Like, we already know how defensive most people who play COD are. This game will not allow you to do that. If you do that against someone who has gun skill and moves, you're going to get shit on. I'm not saying you, as in anyone in this call, but the person that wants to play defensively is going to get fucking wrecked. And for me, that makes the game more fun.
That's the same thing. Like, if anyone's seen my videos, my old videos that are now deleted, you'd see how bad I am at Ghosts. You would see how I have a .6 KD in Ghost is because I always use submachine guns. I have Marathon and Lightweight on. I rush the shit out of the game. And in the end, it's not really my fault because that's how I want to play Call of Duty. And I can't put my mind to that to sit there. I did that one time. I put on the thermal LMG class with the M27 and sat on that tower in Prison Break all game. And I could not do it. Because I wander off and forget what I'm doing, and I see myself rushing in the next minute.
I don't necessarily agree with Frito's perception of Ghosts. I've been rushing around since November, and I hold a 2-3 KD. I'm fine.
But
you can play the game the way you want. You just got to be careful. You got to play smart. You have to know about your surroundings.
That's not rushing, then, is it? If you're saying playing smart, you're not rushing. Rushing is vacant.
I'm very one-sided. I play kill confirm, so that's the only thing I play. I know when to go get a tag and when to not go get a tag. I don't play like an idiot.
But you're playing in a smart, quote unquote. It is smart to play like that. You're playing the game how it should be played. Yeah. But what I'm talking about is that there are people I can't play Ghost apart from Cranked, and I bet you hate Cranked. But Cranked is the best game mode in the fucking game. It's the most fun.
I fucking love Cranked.
It's fucking incredible. Because I'm not saying you're bad at COD. You're probably better than me. But only good people play Cranked. And it's amazing what happens when you get 12 good players running twice as fast as anyone else in any of the other game modes. What happens is incredible. It's like playing COD 4 on vacant with an MP5. It's that fucking hype. And if this new game is more like that than, you know, like I'm going to patrol a power position, you know, like how Wings played Modern Warfare 2, which was very conservative, but smart. You know, he played that game smart. He knew people were going to come at him, so he just waited them out. I don't think you're going to be able to do that as much in Advanced Warfare. I think it's going to be a much more aggression-based game. And for me, that makes me excited. Whether it will actually just work is the principal issue for me, because Black Ops 2 was made to be that way. But we've all seen the guy's got lightweight and he's not on my screen, and yet in the kill cam he's staring me in the face type scenario. So, you know, whether that's the issue for me, whether it fucking works. And I might just, you know, if I can, just put a little bit of onus on the magical floating IED that now, when you walk past it, comes and hunts you down.
A hunter killer IED.
And you can have danger close.
I was just about to say, add danger close to that.
What you guys don't understand is that there is a shock charge type piece of tactical or lethal in the game that acts as an IED. It's a proximity something. It's like a shock charge that sticks into the ground, and when you walk over it like an IED, it's gonna explode. There's IEDs in the game. It's just not an IED. So.
Well, in a way, it's going to make more sense than it does in Ghost, because you're constantly hopping around and you're constantly up and down the map. So in Ghost, it doesn't make any sense to have it. In this game, I can see why they have it. I can see it because, in a way, this is a way to slow people down, because you're constantly going to be like jumping up and down on different platforms, and having that and having to be aware of these proximity, whatever the fuck, is going to make the game a little better and pace it. Whether or not it's going to be overpowered is not my decision, and I don't know yet, because the game's not out.
And at the same time, unlike Ghost with the IED, there was only really a flat, you know, how like Activision was saying, there's a flat plane that everybody was playing on for years until Advanced Warfare. But with being able to jump on many different surfaces and going all over the map in many different ways, an IED wouldn't be as dangerous because you wouldn't run into them as often, being that you have multiple of layers of map to run along. You get what I'm saying?
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but at the same time, even with all those explosives, even with that fucking hummingbird grenade or whatever the fuck you want to call that shit, I mean, there's plenty of ways to defend it. I mean, you have the trophy system is on your body, so even if people are throwing that at you, it's going to explode and not really affect you. And on top of that, you also have flak jackets. So that's 3 pieces of equipment that will deflect any sort of lethal grenades. And then on top of that, there's also blind eye, which means that any sort of flying grenade is not going to detect you and go towards you as well if you have that on. So you have four different defenses against that kind of bullshit in the game or whatever.
Either way, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, from what I see, it sounds great. The guns sound great. The maps they showcased look really good, and I haven't said that about that in trailer maps or you know reveal maps in a while. I don't remember what Ghost showed off. I know they did Strike Zone. I don't know what else they showed off, but these maps look really fun. Yeah. And I mean, I want to play it. I'm excited to play it. I hope it's good. I don't want to have to go through another year of 100% bitching. I want to bitch, but I also want to be positive at the same time. I'm getting bored of bitching too.
I have a question for all of you. Now, money aside, marketing, all the stuff that Activision makes from Call of Duty, do you think they should just stop making Call of Duty altogether? Because it's been over, like, what, 11 years now?
They're not going to.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, from a standpoint from a consumer of getting a good product, do you think they should just move on from the Call of Duty franchise?
No.
I wouldn't say that.
No,
I would say maybe have one every 2 years.
That's not. I don't agree with that either, because it's a major league game, and it's come to the thing where like every season a new game comes out. Yeah. So no, I don't think so, because they set up this franchise, and whether or not the game's good every year doesn't really matter to them, because the point where it's like one of the highest selling franchise ever probably is.
It's the biggest.
Yeah. So I mean, from a consumer standpoint, it doesn't really. To me, it wouldn't make sense for them to stop it because they're making shit tons of money every year.
I know, but money aside, what I'm saying is the product that we're getting year after year. Like, let's be honest, the past 3-4 Call of Duties have been all on like a downhill spiral. But I'm just saying, from the quality of the product we're getting, do you think maybe it's just time to think of a new idea? What's up?
Paul, give me 1 second. Look at him.
Got another surprise guest here, huh?
God damn.
going on, Soldier?
In the back door.
What's going on in the house? What's up, everybody?
What up?
So we got Paul, FTW. I don't know the other dudes. I know JD, Reaper, Pico. I think the kid that's
Sneko.
Sneko, that's a new one.
All right.
Going on, man?
Hey, what's
Soldier
up,
wants to
everybody,
talk
man?
about him running support for me yesterday.
Very first time I'm doing a
A podcast sit down.
Just like our Xbox Live chat, Soldier.
You look lost, man. You all right?
You look lost.
Can you hear us?
He's confused.
He's muted his mic.
Why is he muted?
He's definitely lost. Yeah, he's muted.
Is Mike. What you didn't say yet.
We got like 9 people in this call.
Nothing
was
compares
working
to
fine
fucking
before,
JD's
Soldier.
mic.
What
It's
you
not like
change?
Alvin and the Chipmunks.
It's
Yeah.
hilarious because Reaper, T-Bets, and JD, we were talking about let's keep it a 5 to 6 guest max, and now we're
No,
at
it was
9.
Fucking 8 people.
I
in
want to
here.
see if we can get like a whole line down the bottom, like fill it completely.
All right. Well, can anyone hear me?
Yeah, we got
you're
it.
good now.
Yeah, I'll go with this. I'll go with my mic with this because I put my blue snowball, but as soon as I just literally touch it right in front of my desktop, it stops. So you know what? Fuck it. I haven't played with this in fucking a while, so.
This is a 9-man ground war party right here, dude.
This is this guy does the best Keepstar impersonations on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Who doesn't? I mean, he's easy. So what you guys were talking about, man? I was just on my way back home in the car, and I knew that you guys were doing this tonight, so I was listening to you guys, and I guess you were talking a little bit about the advanced warfare.
We were talking about it. The guys wanted to move on, but I know you have your limitations on it. Or
Hey, well, you guys want to talk about advanced
seen it.
warfare? But
We've
fuck
seen it.
advanced warfare.
Advanced bullshit.
That's bullshit. It's a
God,
perfect
man,
fucking
am
name
I
for it.
really the only one that is just like going that bad on it? I mean, I've listened to a couple guys, and it is true that the way they presented you the game, and they do it every year, the way they presented you the game, it's like a movie trailer. They're not going to show you a guy spawning and get spawn trapped. It's like everything's perfect. You slide to this side, boom, he gets this guy, kills the other guy there. Oh my God, it's like, hey, it looks amazing.
He's completely right.
But
That's why I
What
fucking-
can they do? What are they going to do? Here's a really underwhelming trailer of the guy getting shit on.
no, I mean they have no choice to do it. Of course, that's the way to do it. But it's just I see the picture already, man. In a couple months, you're gonna see all these little clowns, man, spinning around. Especially now that you can jump in the air. Like I was telling yesterday to a Reaper, in MW2 days, I remember going into these private hack lobbies, and you had these kids having the power that you could jump in the air like so high, above the fucking buildings, and they were like trick shot and spinning around. Now finally they could do it legit, That's what's gonna happen in Advanced Warfare. I mean, I don't know. I
Good
might
luck
be
hitting
wrong, but-
anything with a sniper, though. Let's be fair. Sniping looks hard as fuck in that game because you aim in, like slower than Brian takes to.
Yeah, I
fucking
don't
use a
know.
keyboard and mouse.
Ali A made that shit look fucking easy. He was.
Yeah, he's
saw
probably
him.
playing against press people that are like 40 and who like they're in like super and shit.
You know what? Me and Soldier were playing for a couple hours yesterday, right? And we were
Oh,
talking
take it
about-
easy, man. Don't say hours, man. Take it easy.
Yeah, he don't want to be embarrassed. Sorry, it was raining where he lives, okay? So he did for a couple hours. I don't want to expose him, okay? Drama alert. But this is the deal. So we were talking about it, though. Everybody wants Call of Duty to be good again because I remember the days like we were talking and I was like, for Modern Warfare 2 DLC, I would wait up till wee hours in the morning just to download it. You know what I mean? And now it's just like, it just seems like everybody just hates COD. You know what I mean? Either COD needs to change like with Advanced Warfare and everybody loves it, or a new game's got to come out. Something's got to come out.
Soldier, what is Milo eating over there? He's making me hungry.
Bone, dude. He gets excited, man. When I get home, look at him.
Making me fucking hungry over here.
Oh, look at you. Eating the bone?
Change the camera. I can barely see him.
Oh, yeah?
He left.
Hey, Appa. Let's go. Up.
The State of the Dog podcast.
Yeah.
The star of the show.
He runs away.
Dogcast.
Come on, you're afraid? Yeah.
I just seen him chasing after a craft rocket for a half
He's
hour.
this big-ass bone, man. Here, take it. Look, he's going back to the couch. Fuck him.
That dog's a beast. That dog can outrun anybody. Fucking the video Soldier made with his dirt bike, he was fucking like an Olympic runner.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he was knocked out. When he got home, that's it. But yeah, I remember yesterday when I was talking about this with Reaper. Like before, man, like these guys that were making Call of Duty videos 5-6 years ago, you could still find them. They get millions of views and they have like not even a commentary on it. It's just gameplay. That's what it was. It was only gameplay. Today you got all type of different people that do all kinds of different their ways of doing their Call of Duty videos, and it's like I'm just wondering like what's next? What's the next level?
I don't think a game is going to replace COD because I think COD has what it does down perfectly. Like everyone wants a shooter that they can just jump in, get in a lobby, get a few kills. With other games like more hardcore shooters, like sorry COD fans, but Battlefield is more hardcore. In terms of like FPS, like that takes a fucking commitment. You got to learn strategies and theorems and study advanced calculus and all this kind of crap. Yeah, exactly. That's the reaction most COD fans have. They're like, fuck that. And so until a game comes along that's as simple and as fun and as arcadey, it's not going to die, and they'll just keep pumping it out.
Wait, so you don't think another developer, like kind of what Call of Duty did to Counter-Strike, could kind of like rip it off a little bit and just make it better, improve upon it?
But it's very difficult because COD is the real giant that it killed was Halo, and Halo's a fucking hardcore game. It was like Team Slayer's like 4v4 or whatever, and it's a hardcore game, and you have to know the meta game. It's all about team shooting. It's about power weapon rotation, all that kind of crap. It's not the casual shooting fun experience, and to do that to COD, you'd have to be even more simple and even more accessible. But now audiences have different expectations. COD was the first game to come in with a creator class, and there's RPG elements, prestiging, all this kind of stuff that people now want. The reason why Titanfall didn't take off the way we hoped it would is because it's a shallow game. Because the COD audience, the mass audience, expects that sort of RPG, I get to fuck with my setup between every lobby kind of thing. And unless another developer's just as bare-faced as like, I'm going to make your game but better, it's not going to happen. Because how can you simplify the most simple game in the world?
Well, no game's going to replace COD for what it is, but COD itself on YouTube and the entertainment value of it on the internet, not the game itself, is kind of dying. In a way, like the quickscoping community is going down. The pub soccer community is not what it was in Modern Warfare 3. Like my clan, for example, We the OP, they had to get rid of most of their players because none of them were active, and nobody really wants to do it anymore because it wasn't what it is, and because you're not getting like shitloads of views just for uploading a quadruple Moab gameplay. So in general, these sub-communities that have developed in Call of Duty over time are all slowing down, and that's what made up the game. These different things, like these are the pro players, the snipers, and the pub stompers. They're all kind of slowing down. The MLG side is a little different because esports in general is growing, but Call of Duty on YouTube in general is really slowing down. So when people ask me like, what kind of gameplay should I upload, I'm like, just don't even try. You're not going to become, because the only thing that these people are trying to do are trying to be the next Ali AT Martin. Eddie stated this earlier. Nobody's going to replace them.
Yeah, but Thunder's getting over 100,000 views per video.
But he's getting that because he's Thunder.
Yeah.
He's getting that because he's Thunder. He's not getting it because
Call of Duty games.
Yeah, because he's a great player. I'm not slating his playing ability, but
you're talking about pub stompers.
Well, anyone on YouTube in general, like me and Snicko have had loads of conversations about this because I make jokes about being Darth Vader and he's Luke Skywalker and like he's my son and whatever. But I have, he understood one of the very first reasons why I'd liked his stuff and I tried to promote him is he understands that if you're going to be on YouTube, it's not really about the game that you're playing. Like for
your
us,
personality.
Yeah, it's about they're sub to you. Yeah. They're not sub to COD. Now, if most of your audience that's sub to you likes watching COD in the background, don't fuck with that. But they're not really there for the game. You've got way more play than you think you do, and you're not going to get big exclusively from whatever game you play. Like, it's the same with Minecraft people. People look at Minecraft videos and they go, oh, it's just kids giggling. But they're sub to them because they play Minecraft and they laugh with their friends. And when they watch videos of famous people doing it, they imagine they're friends with that famous person. But they're there for that person. They're not there for the game. It's like a shared experience. That's what unites all of us in this call. We all play COD, we all play shooters and stuff like that. And that's what unites us with our audience. But they're there for us, who we are. And if you think that you're going to get big making content game specific, or you're going to be a pub stomper, or it's not going to happen. Like that gravy train has long since gone.
3 years, 4 years ago.
Those days of if you're not like what Sneako was saying, like pub stomper stuff like that. So if you got a channel and you're so worried about gameplays, right? There's 5 different pub stomping channels that are close to 100,000 subscribers that have twice as better gameplays as you. You know what I mean? So if you're trying to grow in that area, it's not going to happen. You got to bring something different to the table. You know what I mean?
And to prove that the gameplay doesn't matter at all, my channel only blew up during Ghost Lifetime, and I have a 0.6 KD in that game. And every single video I have is me playing Ghost. And people ask, like, well, why do you even play this game? It's just because it's something to talk over. So I'm just playing the game, not relating it to the game at all. It's just there. I go negative in pretty much all my videos, and no one gives a shit.
I know Soldier's got a rebuttal to this one, though. Come on, Soldier, bring it out.
What, the pub stomping?
We talked about this yesterday.
Oh, dude, the pub stomping is over, man. It's dead. What do you want to do? I mean, these guys, you've seen them all, man. I mean, how many videos you guys remember seeing from so many of them trying so hard to have, like, these amazing videos with so many kills that, they had to set, they set the whole thing up with, other friends joining sessions, and, I mean, it's ridiculous. I feel bad if today anybody wants to start a Call of Duty channel and try to be a pub stomping. Unless you're just a fucking god and you need connections. If you don't know nobody, you're fucked.
But then again, your place is no longer YouTube. Your place is now Twitch. If you're that good at the game, but you're a bit of a social retard or whatever, and you're not great at doing commentaries, that's offensive. But I'm making it for like comedy purposes.
I'm offended.
Yeah. But if that is you and you're a bit antisocial, look at PwnStars.com.
He doesn't even talk.
He doesn't talk. Look at the Mark of J. Like Mark of J's got a fucking good personality. If he did funny like YouTube stuff, people would follow him because he has a personality. But Pwn pulls like over 1,000 viewers in every stream just because he's a fucking beast. But he doesn't bother with YouTube anymore. Like he just doesn't.
No, he doesn't. He has a good attitude as well. Always. He's a very positive guy.
But even aside from the pub stomping community, like the sniping community in general is really slowing down. It's not dead yet, but it's going to. People like FaZe Jev he's blown up, not because he's good at sniping. He's actually one of the worst snipers on FaZe. He's blown up because the reason that I've been growing, the reason Eddie's been growing, because people sub to him for his personality and for him. They're not there to see him get quick snipes and trick scopes. They're there to see him talk and what he has to say. And that's how
the sniping community is dead, but the first video I seen, or one of the first videos I seen on Advanced Warfare was a sniping montage.
The first Advanced Warfare sniping montage.
Like, really? I mean, this is what you do with your fucking time over at Gamescom? You want to fucking make montages of sniping?
Dude, everybody wants to be the first, dude, and I'm pretty sure that video has a lot of views now.
Best gun videos.
No shit, he might be the only one.
Yeah. Dude, I was, do you know that other commentator Capgun?
No.
You don't know him? Okay, well, he plays with one hand because he's disabled. He only has one hand he could play with. And I was telling him he should do a series on his channel where he does the first one-handed whatever the fuck for Advanced Warfare for like everything, and that would be amazing for him.
That's the only way to pull views anymore. It's just like misleading titles and like first this, montage that. Like it's just kid goes insane. That's all the
His
titles.
mom gets trolled on Xbox Live.
Yeah, just
So,
milfiest mom.
Look at the Marcus YouTube channel. I mean, the guy's a fucking legit monster, and he's almost got 400,000 subscribers. And I know, it is what it is, but it's probably ghosts, and I'm pretty sure it's just ghosts. But he's only averaging 45,000 views a video.
who?
Mark of J.
He's been around for a long time.
He's used to do commentaries like we did.
Yeah.
Oh, he also doesn't he take massive breaks as well at points? Like he'll take a.
He did that before. He
He
took
did
like
it
a
for a
year
month
break or
break.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did it in Black Ops 2, but he came back and played Ghosts. He's the only guy that I can watch play Ghosts and make me want to play the fucking game.
That's
It
exactly
pisses me off. He makes that shit look fun. I get on it and it's fucking sad kittens all day, dude.
I bet you Mark J is the one that made all those clips for Advanced Warfare trailer, man. He got there, fucking half an hour. Okay, hold on, man. Let me use the shotgun for 5 minutes. Pow, pow, pow. Okay, the sniper now. Okay, this now. There you go.
Jay's a beast, dude. He's the dude.
He's probably. I mean, this is quite controversial, but I think he's better than Pone.
I think he's better than most pub stompers. Most pub stompers run with a full crew. Jay does this crap on his own.
Him and Pone run exclusively solo, pretty much. And I love watching Pone still, but all right, maybe he's not better than Pone, but I find him more entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
Just because, like, he never gets mad. Ever. And I don't know how he fucking does it. I just don't, like, I can't handle...
Maybe a few drinks. Take some buzz. Get some...
Smokes a
I don't
blunt.
know, man, dude. Mark J has a fucking Terminator vision. He sees everything. There's nothing he doesn't see. I was watching one of his streams once, and he was playing Ghost. He was on that map there. That map that sucks there. Prison Break.
That's quite a long list.
Prison Break. The one in the jungle, whatever. Yeah. So he was just, running around left and right, killing everybody. And there's this moment where there was this guy. I don't know if you guys played Domination. You know where B flag is? It's like in the middle of the road, a little bit on the edge. There was this guy that he was hiding behind the bush at the edge. And he's just like running, goes there, go by the Jeep, kill the guy upstairs, then he kills that guy by the bush, and then keeps running. I'm like, wow, how? How did he saw that guy? Like, I had to, like, almost, I wanted to rewind it. Like, how? He sees everything.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how good he is. He'll be a monster in Advanced Warfare. See, the thing, I mean, not to bring it back to that, but the good players will really shine in this game, I have a feeling.
Oh, yeah, and he'll do good. He's going to do good on it. He'll do good on any game.
Soldier's going to shine in Advanced Warfare, too.
Yeah.
I want to see how much they change.
Listen, let me ask you, so you put a video out about saying that the only way you'll play Advanced Warfare is if you donate. Someone's going to donate.
Oh, yeah, and they're all saying that I was begging for money.
How much donations did you get? I'm sure you got $60.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Well,
I swear to God, I haven't checked it.
Thunder directly said in his comments that he would buy the copy for him, so I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, he said that. He said he was going to buy the copy.
Is anyone seriously considering not buying it? I mean,
I really don't see myself buying that game or playing that game.
I have to admit, guys, I'm a faggot. I ordered the Day Zero edition.
Oh my
God. I'm gay D. What do you expect, man?
No way. You didn't.
I pre-ordered the Day Zero edition, man.
You wanted a day early, man.
I mean, I got Ghosts like 3 days early, so I'm probably going to get this game early as well. So I'll have the Day -3 edition. I don't know if you get any extra.
Day -54 edition on Sneak0 stream.
I was streaming Titanfall, and I said Advanced Warfare gameplay early, and I called it the Day -450. And so many people, I got 100 viewers.
The funny thing, I was searching all over the place for Ghosts early. I was willing to pay $150, $200 because I was fucking stupid a year ago. Not ever again.
Yeah.
Never again.
I paid $80. I got the game, I think, like a week early.
Me too.
I learned with Black Ops 2, and I destroyed the whole shit.
I just think we're YouTubers. We're gonna have to fucking buy it. Very few people can survive a COD year cycle without playing it.
That's the only reason why I'm buying it.
I
Well,
can tell
Thunder
you
did-
this: they're not getting me
Thunder-
on 2 copies this year like they did.
Thunder skipped Modern Warfare 3, and his channel survived.
Yeah, that was back in the day, though. That was.
That was when Call of Duty was in its highest. Like that was when it was the most relevant on YouTube.
Yeah, but if he did play it, he'd be on 1 million.
Yeah. Because I think he didn't he grew a substantial amount of subs during that era, but
during Black Ops 2,
he grew more. Yeah, he grew way more during Black Ops 2.
Yeah, the Worm video.
Yeah.
Give him a
That
big
was a
explosion
success.
there.
And let's not be
That
honest.
video, I think that video has like over 3 million. I'm not sure if it's
4
over a million or 4 million views.
Let's not be dishonest as well. It didn't do him any like no press is bad press. Like the whole thing with like Woody, that got him loads of attention.
It did.
Yeah. And, you know, I really want to see in Advanced Warfare, I want to see more drama. I like it when YouTubers do, like, stupid-ass shit. Like, I Fly Illini. I want someone to be him again. Someone to do something.
He still stalks my tweets.
You still
still alive?
Like, what goes through
up?
my mind? Like, I need money. Let's go to Twitter.com and fap to fucking, I don't know.
Who blows up on YouTube and then thinks wanking in public is a good idea? Like, who does this?
Well, you
I
can do it
need
on
money.
YouTube.
Go to
You can, do it
chat.
on, you can do it on YouTube though. They got that tip jar. You know what I'm saying? Just donations to jack off.
I don't feel bad. I don't feel
What
bad.
an idiot.
I don't feel
What an idiot. How the fuck do you go on the internet fucking jacking off? What an idiot, man. And this
I think
guy's
that's-
getting-
karma.
To subscribers.
He fucked.
This guy got caught like this. Oh man, what are you doing, Cracker?
I want to know who the guy who found that though. Like who was on?
Yeah, who was in that chat room?
Like you know what I mean?
Who
Like
was
that's
that motherfucker?
that's weird.
Yeah,
I was watching the PKA podcast where they were talking about it, and they don't even know.
Yeah.
Like
Has
That
anyone
was
ever like
revealed.
watched one of those shows? I've never seen a whole PKA show, but just watching that, I'm just thinking the whole time, Woody is definitely a closet homosexual. There's no way that he isn't, because the shit he says, like, that's the whole time I'm getting these gay vibes the whole time. The shit he says, like, he's like, oh, I saw your cock eye fly. I didn't stare at it that long, but it was okay.
dude, he knows how to give a mean blowjob, bro. He gave a
And then it's like, you know, I saw your cock. I didn't stare at it. You know, it was okay. You know.
Well, I'm just saying, he
What
knows
do
how
you
to
say
give a
about
mean
someone's
ass
dick?
blowjob. Fucking, didn't he do a blowjob tutorial? Yeah, he did.
He
So,
did.
Yeah.
yeah, he just knows how to really suck that dick and.
Yeah, please don't mention that. It's very disturbing.
How does he know? How does he know, like, what the right
we're
way?
live. Please, please, guys, we're live.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I don't know if you guys see this going on, but you guys know about the Mike Brown shooting. You know about that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Ferguson. Well, there's a protest in New York right now, and they're a level 2 mobilization due to a large crowd in Times. They're rioting in Times Square.
Oh,
shit,
shit, really?
Jesus.
Yeah, and shots are
It's been going
being
on forever.
gunfights in Ferguson right now.
Jesus
Damn.
Christ.
Jesus Christ, where's the Ninja Turtles? I know, hey, I shouldn't be joking, man. But yeah, that's fucked up.
Has anyone seen the movie, by the way?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Good?
Yeah, it's okay.
This has been going on in New York for so long, these riots. Like, my dad told me when he used to live in New York back in his 20s, he told me how there was one Haitian guy who was brought into the bathroom by a policeman, and he sodomized him with a nightstick. And so the whole riots, like, these police have been doing this to black people for so long now, and these riots aren't changing anything at all. Like, this happened, like 4 times this year, a few times last year. In the U.S., it's getting bad. Like, it's almost to the point where it's really similar to Israel-Palestine, to what's going on, this civil situation.
I think, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think it's a fantastic idea for former combat veterans to move into the police force. I think that the level of training they have might not be entirely suitable to civilian police work. And this has been proven, you know, not just one case, but quite a few cases, people who are war veterans coming back, moving into the security services, either like private security or police force, and, you know, thinking they're back in fucking Basra or something, you know, and that training just kicks in. And that's something, because it's so ingrained, it's very difficult to turn off. It becomes just a snap reaction. And you know, if I were you, 'cause you know, casual police in Britain don't carry firearms at all. Like, they're totally unarmed. So, for me, looking at images of these guys in what's the southern town it's in? What's it called?
Ferguson.
Ferguson, and they're fully kitted out. Like, they look like shock troops, and I'm like, that's the police. Like that, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what? You know, they're policing an unarmed crowd. Why are they aiming automatic weapons at unarmed civilians? Like, what the fuck's going on here? And then they're arresting journalists. That's illegal, isn't it?
Yep, we built this country on that belief, and we're still doing it. So, freedom of speech, whatever. But
yeah, but wasn't martial law in effect? If I'm not mistaken.
No, not yet.
No, not yet. Okay.
Martial law should be a last resort.
Yeah, no, I know. I fully agree with you. I'm just saying. Like, I don't know if that's what they used.
They're really close to calling it, I've heard, though. I don't know the facts, but
that's the thing. Like, swatting in Britain would never happen.
No.
I don't think that would ever happen here. And then me, I have to worry about that.
There aren't enough right to be a police officer in Britain that carries a firearm. You have to pass not only, like, you know, loads of marksman tests and all that kind of stuff, but you have to pass like a full psychological evaluation, and you have to be approved by the team that you'll be joining. So there's only, like, in London, like, with a population of 7 million people, there's only like 1,000 armed police officers at any one time.
Damn.
Really?
Yeah. Like, they're response units. They're not like they're guarding the Houses of Parliament. They're, you know, at really, you know, they're at the Treasury. They're at really sensitive sites. They're not on the streets. They're at Buckingham Palace. Do you know what I mean? They're not like walking the streets. If there's any sort of like terror threat or anything like that, then they will patrol. But there's not that many of them for a city that size. And whenever I see like American police and just all like this armory of like weapons, I'm like, there's some, you know, enough people with guns in the heat, you know, lapses in judgment, people who are used to a war type situation, something is going to go wrong.
And it does all the time.
Yeah, because it's a judgment call, and humans are fallible. And I'm not blaming the people. I'm not necessarily passing judgment. I'm just like, that is a situation where it's making it more likely. Yeah. But that's just me.
I'm kind of conservative with gun laws, because in a way, there's so many. We built this country on that belief that everyone has guns and everyone has the right to own it. And there's so many people like these southern people. If you took them away, there's the amount of people that have guns illegally would outnumber the civilians without guns. So it wouldn't work to change it that abruptly. Because in the United States is the easiest country to get guns, easily. Illegally or illegally, you can get it. No matter if you want a gun, you'll get it here. And so taking that away, you have to do it moderately. And these people, the NRA and everyone, it's not working because it's too abrupt, and you have to be more. You have to be more. You know, you have to be more moderate. You have to really compromise with these people, because these real like hardcore Americans, they're not going to like it if you try to take away the guns. Obviously.
Yeah, no, I think I'm not going to pass judgment on a country that I don't live in. So, you know, my opinion, I'm not voicing any pro or anti-gun. I'm just saying I think culture's important. I think if you try and take just like sweeping gun laws, all right, take everybody's guns, I don't think that's going to work, because culture is important.
Well, culture is important, but in my opinion, the value of an innocent kid's life in a school is a little more important than culture. Because we don't, like, America's cultures are shit anyway. We've never had decent culture. We've always been these, like, we're all completely separate because we're all immigrants. So, that, like, even using that argument that we have culture is just, I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter because I see these kids, and I know some of the kids who are in Sandy Hook. And just seeing that happen is complete bullshit. And the fact that we still haven't done anything about that. Like, Barack Obama goes on TV and cries, but he doesn't do anything. Like, nothing has been changed 2 years later.
Yeah, but he's got his hands tied by Congress, isn't he? So.
Yeah, but there's also the chance of, let's say you take away the guns. Let's say completely it's illegal, whatever. There's still going to be guns out there, and that's the problem you're going to run into, is that there's always going to be a way, black market, whatever. If people really want to have a gun, if they really want to do something really completely immoral, disgusting, they're going to find a way to do it. So, you know, I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm mixed on the whole gun laws and like take them away, have them, because you know, as an American, I do believe you have the right to own a gun. You know what I mean? That's just something that our country was founded on.
We got another person to join the call. If we get two more, we'll have a full line of people.
Oh, Hollow!
Hey,
Oh my God, my boy!
in regards to the military and the police, here's the issue. I'm in the military. I've been in it for 20 plus years. And the thing is that we are trained under rules of engagement. We are, this day and age, we're hesitant to use our weapons. It's a last resort. And folks that do stuff stupid in the police force are people that joined the police with the intent to kill. That's always been a problem. And military-wise, with the psyche valves and whatnot, when you go into a police force from the military, you're getting psyche valves with like 400 plus questions, asking the same thing over and over, just crazy off-the-wall questions. So I think that's a little skewed. I mean, I agree with Sneako in the terms of guns and whatnot. I'm not a big believer in guns. I think it should be limited. Guns should be treated as if it's a car. For car, you have to go to school and whatnot. You have to treat your car as a weapon. But a gun, you could go to the store. I could go right now to Walmart and buy one. And it's a joke. And I'm not trained on it. I don't know how. Well, I am trained on it. But the average person buying a gun is not trained on it. And they'll just use it whenever they feel like using it. So that's my 2 cents.
Okay, you know, you obviously have more information than I do. You have better experience. So, you know, on that level where I said, oh, well, I didn't mean to make it sound like it was bound to happen, but does the evidence not show, to some certain extent, that that has happened? That people who have acted rashly, some of them have been from the military, and it is wrong for me to generalize if I'm wrong, and I'm sure if you have information on that, then I'll hold my hands up and go, you know more. But I think it has happened before. It's not an impossibility.
I'm sure it has. I didn't know, but we had a person that was security forces, and it's usually security forces that civilian police forces stay away from because their training is totally different. You know, they're security forces. They're not a police officer. You know, they don't know the law like they do. You know, military law is a lot different than civilian law. So you get folks like that who are, like I said, hot-tempered. You know, they manage to get through the process. Like there's this movie with, what's his name? The guy who plays Batman. But he was a special forces guy, tries to become a cop in the FBI, and he's just special ops. He's just out there, out to lunch. And sometimes those guys do slip through the crack. But, you know, I did live in Europe, and Europe seemed to have gun control under control. England does a great job in terms of gun control. You guys pretty much said, get rid of it, and it's gone. So the U.S. and this whole, oh, it's my gun, this, that, it's just, I think it's gone a little bit too far. So,
you know, if you don't know why guns were banned in this country, we had a school shooting, much like you tragically have in the US, and it was in a place called Dunblane in Scotland, and it was in, I think, 1997, and it was just after the new Labour government came in, so that's our sort of Democrats. And a guy walked in with 2 handguns and killed, like, I don't know, like 16 kids and 3 adult teachers, and I think within 4 weeks, the ownership of handguns was completely banned. And it was, you know, both, like you would say in America, both sides of the aisle voted for it, and it was just passed immediately, and it had huge public support. Now, I don't know if that would ever happen in America because
it would never happen.
Like I said, culture is important, and I think to a certain extent, to a lot of Americans, that's a defining part of being American. And
until
that changes, I don't think any other big changes can happen.
So let's say this though. Let's say this. It's because, in my opinion, you're never going to get rid of guns. They're in American. It's just so ingrained. I don't think they'll ever completely abolish it. But I will say this to a degree. Do I think it's kind of idiotic to have a civilian have like a fully, like, I know you can't, but you can mod them, have an assault rifle. You know what I'm saying? Like an AK-47. I do think that's a little bit kind of on the stupid side. Whereas, you know, hunting rifle, people do use things in the United States, you know, for hunting, stuff of that manner. It's just, for me personally, like, what if they made, and I don't know if this would ever happen, like, I don't know what you think about this, Dan, is like a program, or you were in there for like a school of like 6, I don't know, maybe 2 months, 2 to 3 months, you're in there, maybe they take a psych evaluation. Would that be enough, in your opinion, to warrant allowing somebody to have either a concealed weapon or just a weapon in general? You know where I'm coming from?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It should be some type of, besides just a background check, you should have some type of psych eval done for you to own a weapon. I mean, I myself, I know I have anger issues because I've seen a lot and I don't like seeing that type of stuff, but at the same time, I know I'm not going to go out and buy a weapon. Not saying that I would use it. I understand folks will justify it as protection because the U.S., let's face it, is a lot bigger than the U.K. I think the U.K. is a bit more easier to control and pass that type of law, to where the U.S. is just so large and whatnot, and so many independent states. It's just it's hard to control that type of stuff. I mean, folks unfortunately love their guns.
I feel it's the same thing as like the drug war. It's effectively impossible to police. Like, it's, even if you did ban all guns, it would be incredibly difficult to enforce any legislation. That's just my opinion.
You see how many rappers have unregistered guns and get away with it? All these guys get in trouble because they have all these guns, and it's so easy to get. It's a joke. I was in Vermont 2 weeks ago, and I was just going to like a fishing store to get some tackle, and in there was handguns in like this little plastic package hanging on the wall. And the cashier came up. He was looking around. He's like, "You need any help? You want to buy a pistol, a hunting rifle?" He's going around to my parents asking that. We just go in there. You don't need an evaluation. Because these states are so divided that it's just like it's different everywhere. And so he went in there, and I could have bought a pistol. And if I wanted to, I could have just walked away with it. It's hanging there. It's hanging there like you buy like Cheetos, right there in front of me. In the UK, that's unspeakable. And it's come to the point where it's not going to change because it's not possible. It's that fully embedded into our culture. It won't change. Well, at least not for a long time. Hopefully, we're becoming more liberal every year, though.
It's about the almighty dollar.
Yeah.
I think we need to ask the chat what they want us to talk about. I think we're in left field on this.
Yeah, can we talk about how to get Moabs on MW3?
Okay, yeah.
Well, the first thing is you got to get a gun.
You got to play smart, man.
I think it's probably a good amount of time to wrap this up. I got to do some stuff, but
JD left.
He just left.
He went to get a cold beverage.
Gerald.
Jerry.
Jerry.
Oh, look,
JD is here. Don't worry about it.
It's KD.
It's Mick Biscuit himself.
Yeah, if you guys want to end, I'm cool with ending. I mean, Dan wanted to come in here because...
Did you guys spoke everything about...
Huh?
Did you guys spoke everything about advanced warfare already before? Because I was there.
Yeah, there was a lot of advanced warfare stuff, yeah.
Damn it, man. I missed it. Hater.
You guys got anything else you want to talk about?
No, we're good.
I think we pretty much covered everything we wanted to.
Alright, so thanks for tuning in, guys. It's
Yeah.
on T-Bet's channel if you missed it.
Yeah, if everybody's listening, it's gonna be on T-Bet's channel. If Reaper wants to hold the next one, he's more than welcome to host the next one. Sneako hopefully gets his channel back, and he'll have it. Kind of gonna be a rotating thing, but everybody that watched, I appreciate you guys watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And for all you guys, Eddie, Dan, Paul, Pico, and Soldier, thanks for joining, guys. Appreciate it.
Peace out.
Thanks. See you.
Pleasure.
Out.
All right, guys.